Happy Father's Day from Los Angeles, California. Today, the Foresters head south for their first matchup against the Academy Barons of the season. Hello, I am Hunter Shoemake, welcoming you to the MLB Urban Youth Academy on the campus of Compton College. Well, looking back yesterday for the Sturs, what a shootout it was against the Arroyo Seco Saints. The Foresters prevailed 12-11 in that shootout. 23 runs combined the two teams, and the Foresters were able to hold on in a thrilling ball game yesterday back at home at Santa Barbara High School. Well, here this afternoon, the Foresters now 4-2 in CCL play, and they're playing the Academy Barons here on the campus of Compton College. The Barons on the year are 4-4. And they're going to have a right-hander on the hill this afternoon. Nathan Mertens will be the starting pitcher this afternoon for the Barons. Taking a look at the lineup here this afternoon for Santa Barbara. Leading off and out in right field, Drew Markle to bat second and at second base, Nolan Souza. Batting third out in center field, Jonas Sebring to bat fourth, the first baseman, Johnny Rodriguez. In the 5 spot and doing the catching, Will Rogers. Batting sixth, Daniel Patterson, who will be at third base. In the 7 hole, the shortstop, D. Kennedy, to bat 8th, and serving as the DH, Ryan Taman, the 9-hole hitter for the Sturs, will be Jack Bollinger, will find himself in left field defensively for the Santa Barbara Foresters. On this Father's Day, the Foresters here this afternoon going into the off day tomorrow, looking for some positivity and continue their success, which they have found in the last couple games. Obviously, when you look at their last 2 games, the victory yesterday was a 12-11 victory over the Saints, and the day before a 9-2 victory over the Slow Blues. 21 runs in the last 2 ball games for the Foresters, looking to keep their bats hot and alive here this afternoon. And also on the hill today, in terms of pitching for Santa Barbara, will be Jackson Cloud, who will get his 2nd start of the season. But warming up is Nathan Mertens, the right-handed pitcher on the hill for the Academy Barons. The Barons here this afternoon on a very nice day from Los Angeles. It's 75 degrees and sunny. We'll be inching towards 80 degrees, but the Barons in the dark blue tops, white bottoms, and the Foresters, the maroon tops and gray bottoms. And here comes Drew Markle, the man who plays out of Ole Miss, the right fielder. Finds himself back at the top of the order for the Sturs. Currently on the year, hitting under 200, 4 for 23. He's almost been unlucky in a lot of balls hit into the outfield, into the gaps, but good plays defensively to rob him of some base hits and possibly some extra bases as well. So Markle, who will bat from the right side, approaches the dish for the first time this afternoon. Foresters entering today 4-2 in CCL play. The Barons 4-4 on a very nice afternoon for Father's Day. On the hill, Nathan Mertens coming set, the right-handed pitcher, winds it up, and here comes the first pitch to Drew Markle, and Markle sees a fastball high for ball 1, and we are underway from the MLB Academy in Compton, California. When you look at this ballpark, big distance between the dish and the backstop. Any balls getting past the catcher definitely allows some base runners to advance. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Drew. And Markle, he takes a strike on a breaking ball from Nathan Mertens. 1-1 to the leadoff batter. To follow Drew will be Nolan Souza, and Jonas Sebring will be playing in his 2nd game of the season for the Sturs. Here comes a 1-1 pitch from Mertens, winds it up. And the delivery to Markle, and Drew sees it down in the dirt. He takes for another ball. And for Drew Markle, looking at this Foresters team, as a team so far this year, team hitting .272 with an on-base percentage of .382. And here comes the pitch as Nathan Mertens winds up the pitch and the delivery, and it misses for ball 3 to Drew Markle. 3 balls and a strike. Over to his first baseman, Andrew Kirchner. That ball's a rocket back to the hill, but good glove from Mertens. Lays down that left hand, scoops it up quickly. Good reflexes, and Markle, he will ground out 1-3 to kick off this ball game. And that's going to bring up Nolan Souza. Bases clear, 1 away here in the top of the 1st inning, just underway between the Sturs and the Barons. Souza bats out of the left side. Stands in on the year. Very short season for the Foresters. 2 for 7. Here's the first pitch from Mertens, and an off-speed pitch misses away for ball number 1 to Nolan. To follow Nolan will be Jonas Sebring. Again, this weather here this afternoon, a lot of balls lifted into the outfield with this warmer weather. They will sure be traveling. Here comes the 1-0 pitch on its way, and Souza, he takes a fastball, and this one is down the middle for a strike to even up the count. A ball and a strike. It's been remarkable what the Foresters have done early this season. Pitching has been phenomenal. Got a little bit shaky the last couple games, but here comes the 1-1 pitch on the delivery from Mertens, and Souza, He fouls it back into the backstop to the left of home plate. That is strike number 2 to Nolan. He is down the count, a ball and 2 strikes with Jonas Sebring standing on deck. No score here in the top of the first inning. But the pitching has been phenomenal early goings of the season. And last 2 games, 21 runs for the Sturs. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. On its way, and Souza sees a breaking ball, but it misses away at the knees. That is ball 2. Yesterday, able to prevail this afternoon for the Barons. And that will be ball 3. Full count for the second baseman, Nolan Souza. And Santa Barbara looking for the first base runners in this ball game. Jonas Sebring, the center fielder, awaits on deck. Nathan Mertens winds it up on the bump. And here comes the payoff pitch to Nolan Souza. And Souza lines this one into center field, and that ball will get down from the center fielder, Zach Freeman. That is a 1-out knock for Nolan Souza, and he is aboard here in the top of the first inning. Souza with the 1-out knock. Top of the first, no score. That will bring up Jonas Sebring. What a day Jonas Sebring had yesterday in his debut for the Foresters. Sebring yesterday, 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in. Quite a debut for the UC Santa Barbara Gaucho. He now stands in. Nolan Souza, his base hit into center field with 1 away in the top of the first. Nathan Mertens glancing over that first base bag. Man who plays for East LA College. Here's the first pitch. And it misses inside on an off-speed pitch to Jonah. That is ball 1. What a day it was for Jonah. Here comes the 1-0. And Sebring, who bats from the right side, takes a strike on the fastball down the middle from Nathan Mertens to even up the count, a ball and a strike. Souza still remains at first base, getting held on by Andrew Kirchner. Santa Barbara now 4-2, tied at the top of the CCL with the Arroyo Seco Saints. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Runner goes. It's a swing and a miss and sliding in head first, and that ball will get in through to center field on the throw from Pyle just a little bit to the right of the second base bag. And sliding in head first is Nolan Souza. And Souza's trotting back to first base. Now Bill Pintard appears out of that first base dugout. They're saying interference on the batter, Jonas Sebring, on the throw down to second base, and Bill Pintard appears out of the first base dugout. It was a tight play at second base. Nolan Souza was sliding in head first, and they're saying interference on Jonas Sebring, so he is now retired, and Nolan Souza is back at first base. So interference on Sebring at the dish for the second out in the top of the first inning. Souza retreats back to first base, and that's going to bring up Johnny Rodriguez, who bats from the left side. Another check back to first base. Souza slides back in head first. So unfortunate for the Sturs in the early goings of this ball game. Souza had the stolen base, but the interference being called on Sebring for the second out. That's going to bring up Johnny Rodriguez, the first pitch, and that's a fastball down the middle from Nathan Mertens on the hill. 0-1. And for Johnny Rodriguez, plays for Long Beach State, 235 his average so far this season. Sample size of 14-17, check that ABs. Another check back to Nolan Souza at strike. And the wind's expected to be gusting up to 13 miles an hour, currently 8 miles an hour out of the south-southwest. That's blowing out towards left field. They've been swirling around, but here comes a 1-1, and that bounces and gets past the catcher Pyle, and over to second base goes Nolan Souza. So Souza now in second in scoring position after the errant pitch. That ball bouncing about 2 feet in front of the dish. That is ball 2 to Johnny Rodriguez. On deck will be Will Rogers if Johnny's able to reach. It's a favorable matchup for Rodriguez, the right-hand pitcher, and Rodriguez who bats from the left side, but a man now in scoring position. No score currently. Top of the first. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Rodriguez swing and miss. It was an off-speed pitch. It was a foul tip back in the glove of Andrew Pyle to even up the count 2-2. Coming set on the hill, Nathan Mertens looks into his catcher, Andrew Pyle. Comes set from the chest. Looks back to second base, and a check back to Souza, and that ball was caught by Dylan Lena. Not the direct throw over. Dylan Lena, the second baseman, covering and holding on to Nolan Souza. Had to reach across his body. Keeps the ball from going into center field. Remains 2-2 for Rodriguez. Will Rogers on deck Top of the first with 2 gone. Right-handed pitcher throws in the 2-2 pitch. This is a broken bat, and that ball slowly rolls back to the pitcher, and he is retired 1-3 on Rodriguez. That broken bat went all the way flying into the netting to the right of the home plate, into the backstop. That shattered barrel going flying into the netting, but Rodriguez grounds out 1-3 for the 3rd out. Forester Strand Souza at second. We go to the bottom half of this inning. Jackson Cloud going out to the hill for the Sturs when we return.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Forester's Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We head to the bottom of the first, and Jackson Cloud, the right-handed pitcher who just completed his season with Cuesta College, transferring into the D1 school, the CSUN Matadors, will take the hill. Second start of the year for Cloud. In his first, he went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 9 Ks for Cloud in his first outing, and his second start of the year. Looking at the lineup for the Academy Barons, the shortstop leading off, Evan Cornwall. To bat second, the center fielder, Zach Freeman. Batting third at second baseman, Dylan Lena. Cleanup spot, the catcher, Andrew Pyle. To bat fifth, the DH, Aiden Garcia. In the sixth hole, the first baseman, Andrew Kirchner. To bat seventh, and at third, Colin Taylor. 8-hole hitter. Out in right field, Andy Cisneros. And round out the order in left, Raymond Jenkins. For the Academy Barons, no score, going to the bottom half of the first. And the defense as well for the Sturs. Behind Cloud, Daniel Patterson in at left, D. Kennedy at short, Nolan Souza second base, Rodriguez in at first, Will Rogers serving as the catcher. In the outfield, Jack Bollinger in left, Jonas Sebring in center, and Drew Markle out in right field for the Sturs. Santa Barbara had Souza, and the interference called on Sebring in the top half of this inning. Left a man in scoring position, but to the bottom of the first we go. Here comes the right-off man, bottom of the first inning. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. And that's an off speed, but drops in very nicely to even up the count. A ball and a strike. And for Jackson Cloud, 3 in the arsenal for him. A fastball, a cutter, and a changeup. Here comes the 1-1. And that looked like his changeup missing low. Had a little bit of a late tail. That is ball 2. Evan Cornwell, 241 average on the year. He's a good base runner. He's able to reach. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And Cornwell sees a fastball and misses away. That is ball 3. Zach Freeman stands on deck in the bottom of the first, no score. Jackson Cloud finding a quick rhythm, out on the bump. Here comes 3-1 pitch. And Evan Cornwell, he will see ball 4. Looked like the off-speed pitch, missing the zone away to the right-handed batter. And the leadoff man works a walk for the Academy Barons. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Zach Freeman. And for Freeman, bats from the left side. Cloud will have to keep a close watch on Evan Cornwell at first base. Working out the stretch, first pitch, and Freeman slices it over the third base dugout, out of play. That is strike number 1. And for the center fielder, Freeman, it's been phenomenal when you look at his slash line. Hitting over 400, on base percentage over 500, slugging over 800, the man who plays for Ohio State. Runner at first with no outs. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Freeman slices it almost a carbon copy again over that third base dugout, slicing off the bat of the left-handed batter. That is strike 2. The Jackson Cloud resetting for a moment on the hill on this very nice afternoon from Los Angeles. Not a cloud in the sky with a check back to first base. Evan Cornwell slides back in head first. Remains 0-2 for Zach Freeman. By far the most lethal hitter in this lineup for the Barons, batting at the 2 spot. Here's the 0-2, and a breaking ball is lifted into center field. Jonas Sebring slides over to his right and is able to make the catch. That ball well hit into the air, but Sebring makes the play in center, no problem, 1 away in the bottom of the 1st. This is going to bring up Dylan Lena. Cornwell remains at first base after working the lead-off walk in the bottom of this 1st inning. No score between the Barons, who are 4-4, and the Santa Barbara Foresters, 4-2 in CCL play. Both play out of the Southern Division. Here's the first pitch. And that off-speed drops in from Cloud for strike number 1 to Dylan Lena. Dylan Lena, he's having himself a very nice start to the season for the Barons as well. Another check back to first base. Evan Cornwell slides back in. It's 0-1 to Dylan Lena, the right-handed batter who's hitting just under 400. Another check back to first base. It was a closer one this time, trying to apply the tag is Rodriguez, but sliding in again head first is Evan Cornwell. Count remains 0-1 for the second baseman, Dylan Lena. Cloud holding at the belt. The 0-1 pitch, and it's popped up in foul ground. Maybe a chance here for Will Rogers. A lot of ground between home plate and the backstop, but that ball will go out of play just to the left of home plate. That is strike 2 to the second baseman. 0 put up in the top half of the inning by Nathan Mertens, the starting pitcher this afternoon for the Barons. It's a man at first base, 1 away. Jackson Cloud ahead in the count for the second consecutive batter, 0-2. Looks into his catcher, Rogers. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Lena sees an off-speed pitch. Check back to first base on a back pick possibility, but sliding back in is Cornwell to throw from Rogers on the foul side of first base. Rodriguez, no chance to apply a tag. Now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Cloud, check back to first base. It was a good move from the pitcher, but unable to catch Evan Cornwell sleeping off first base. Still 1-2. Here's the pitch. And the heater high. Did he go check down to first base? He did not. 2-2. To follow Dylan Lena for the Barons will be Andrew Pyle in the cleanup spot. 1 away, 1 aboard. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Runner goes to second, misses low for a ball, and Will Rogers on that changeup that missed low, unable to glove it cleanly and transfer it to his throwing hand. So a stolen bag now for Evan Cornwell. No throw down to second base from Rogers. Count now full for Dylan Lena. Cloud doesn't want to lose him here with the cleanup man standing on deck. Still no score. Look back to second base for Cloud. Payoff pitch. And Lena check swing, but it looks like he went around. But he did not, just able to lay off of it. Check down to the bases umpire. And as a result, Dylan Lena will work another walk. Second walk given up by Cloud here this afternoon. It was the off speed from Cloud. Lena just able to pull back the reins. Very close. But instead of out number 2, it is walk number 2. And we'll put 2 aboard with 1 away in the bottom of the 1st. Evan Cornwell remains at second. This is going to bring up Andrew Pyle. The Barons threatening in the bottom of the 1st. Cloud will look back to the second base. First pitch. This one's flared up over the first base dugout. That is strike 1. Santa Barbara yesterday, they conceded the first runs. Granted, that was the second inning to Arroyo Seco. It was 4 runs in the second inning for Santa Barbara. Fought all the way into the 7th inning when they gained their first lead of the ball game. Both 1 out, 2 aboard. The 0-1 pitch, and it's popped up right side behind home plate. That is strike 2. And Cloud, for the 3rd consecutive batter, gets ahead 0-2. Induced a flyout, but then ended up losing Dylan Lena when Cloud was ahead 0-2. Gave up the walk. Cloud looking into Rogers, who picked up a save yesterday on the hill, now catching the two-way man. The 0-2 pitch. Pyle sends it foul down the 3rd baseline, chopped off 1 hop. No play for Patterson. It remains 0-2. You look at this complex here from Compton College. Got a smaller baseball diamond behind us. We have a football stadium to our right. And looking around the outfield as well, probably about 10-foot high fencing goes around the outfield, all covered with black padding. It's a little bit taller walls compared to what the Foresters are used to at their home field. 1 away, 2 aboard. Bottom of the first, no score. The 0-2 pitch, Pyle takes the off-speed pitch down for ball 1. And Pyle has only recorded 10 ABs this season. He's gone 4 for 10. Main place for Fullerton Junior College. Trying to work around Evan Cornwell at second, Dylan Lena at first. Cloud looking for a second out. The 1-2 pitch. This one's popped up in a good battle here. It goes to the right of home plate, out of play. Behind the seats. Cloud having to work last time up. I should say the first start of the season for him. He was absolutely rolling. He blazed through the Ventura Pirates. But the pitch count getting up there here in this first inning. Still 2 men aboard with 1 away. The 1-2 pitch and the cut fastball. Just missing away to the right-hand batter, 2-2. So Andrew Powell is down 0-2, the cleanup hitter for the Barons. 2-2 now the count. Barons are threatening here in the first. 2 aboard, the 2-2 pitch and the changeup. That will miss low. That is ball 3, full count. Critical pitch coming up here for Jackson on the hill. He was ahead 0-2. Now a full count. Aiden Garcia stands on deck for the Academy Barons. Runners getting a head start with 1 away. Comes a payoff pitch. Check back to second base. Trying to leave early. It was Cornwell, but Nolan Souza well off the bag. So it still remains full count for Pyle. And the right-handed pitcher, Jackson Cloud, looking for a huge second out here. 2 aboard, 1 away. Couple looks back to second base, payoff pitch. And Pyle takes strike 3. The changeup got him in the lower corner. And the first strikeout of the day for Jackson Cloud, and a massive second out here in the first. That was huge for Cloud. 3rd consecutive batter. He's ahead 0-2. Huge punch out for Jackson. It's going to bring up the DH, Aiden Garcia. Evan Cornwell, who worked a leadoff walk to start the inning, remains at second. Dylan Lena, who also worked a walk at first. But now 2 gone. Bottom of the first, no score. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch to Garcia. That will miss low. Looked like the fastball from Cloud. Ball 1. And Garcia plays for Golden West Community College, bats from the left side. Still an opportunity here for the Barons. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and another heater missing low. Back pick possibility. D. Kennedy, the shortstop, trying to apply a tag, but he is late. Good look from Will Rogers, however, the man behind the dish. Well off of second base is Evan Cornwell. And it's D. Kennedy, the shortstop, keeping tabs on him. With Nolan Souza, the second baseman, playing in the hole between first and second base with this left-handed hitter batting. Here's a 2-0 pitch. And that's a fastball, finds the upper half of the zone against the DH to even up, I should say, for the first strike in the count, 2-1. Cloud looking in, Will Rogers comes set from the belt. Looking to get out of this inning, putting up a 0 on the scoreboard, the 2-1 pitch. And it looked like his changeup missing away, and that is ball 3. He's giving up 2 walks, bottom of this first inning. Looks to lock in. Still looking for that rhythm. Coming set. Look back to second base for Cloud. 3-1 pitch. And Garcia pops it up left side. Patterson and D. Kennedy looking to get under it. But Kennedy just to the left of second base. Fights the win and makes the squeeze just about a yard to the left of second base. And the side retired. Jackson Cloud works around 2 walks that he gave up. And it's no score going to the second here from Compton, California.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We head to the second from the MLB Academy in Compton, California. No score of Will Rogers, Daniel Patterson, D. Kennedy coming up. We do have a change already for the Barons, entering in the top spot for Evan Cornwell, who worked the leadoff walk. Tyler Rodriguez now in at short, bat out of the top spot in the order for the Barons. But here's Will Rogers, who picked up a save yesterday in a high-leverage situation. The Santa Barbara prevailed. But here's the first pitch. And this ball is lined over to short. A hot hit ball over to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez, the shortstop, picks up, and the throw over to first base wide, and Rodriguez able to try to get to second base, but he'll be tagged out at second. They got him at second. It was a wide throw from the shortstop to the first baseman. It bounced off the dugout fencing, ricocheted in a favorable bounce back to the first baseman, and Kirchner throws over to the shortstop, and Will Rogers thought he had a free pass to second base, ends up getting thrown out. So Rogers would have reached on an error, trying to advance to second base, but thrown out after a fortuitous bounce for the Barons. Rogers, the leadoff man, retired. And that was Tyler Rodriguez, the shortstop, fresh off the bench, now in at short. First pitch to Patterson, and it will miss high for ball one on a fastball from Nathan Mertens. So Rogers, in his first time up, retired at second base. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Patterson. On its way, and Patterson on a fastball swing to miss. He fans it. That is strike one to even up the count. And for Daniel, been a couple days since we have seen him in the order. Good to see him back out there at a 1-1 count. Bats from the right side. Bases clear, one away. Here's the pitch in. Another swing and a miss. The heater from Mertens got him. It's 1-2. The leadoff man, Rogers, thrown out at second base. No score here in the top of the second inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. On its way to Patterson. And he sees a ball high, 2-2. That's the first error of the ball game when Will Rogers would have reached. D. Kennedy stands on deck for the Sturs. Daniel Mertens, the right-handed pitcher, winds up the 2-2 pitch to Patterson. A little hold and the pitch, and the breaking ball just missing a fraction low. Full count. It's a good pitch from Mertens. Barons fans from the left-hand seats towards that third base dugout not happy with that call. Full count instead for Patterson. Good take. Here's the payoff pitch to Daniel. And Patterson pops up the fastball to the right of home plate. We'll do it again. One away. Base is clear here. Top of the second inning. With no score when you look at this ballpark. Pretty deep into center field. 4-0-1 to center field. Here's the payoff pitch to Daniel. And Patterson stays alive, fouls it behind home plate. That ball hits the fencing about 15 feet above ground level. But a very nice day here from the MLB Academy. Not a cloud in the sky, approaching 80 degrees. And the payoff pitch now to Daniel. And Patterson fouls it over the glove of the catcher. He stays alive just barely. There's another fastball from Nathan Mertens. Seen a lot of them from him. And for Mertens, it's actually his first start of the young season. Second appearance, however. In that first appearance, he only tossed an inning. No hits, no walks, and did strike out 2. Here comes a payoff pitch to Patterson. The windup, the pitch, and Patterson fouls it off his left leg. We'll do it again. D. Kennedy still waits patiently on deck for the Sturs. Mertens collects himself on the hill. Takes a moment. Patterson, he's been battling the last couple pitches to stay alive. One away, bases clear, top of the second. Here's a 3-2 pitch. On its way, and Patterson, broken barrel, and that ball will go foul. Send it down the third baseline. Second bat broken already here today by the Sturs. Saw Johnny Rodriguez fracture his bat in the first inning, went flying. And that bat broken in a similar spot for Patterson, right on top of the hands. He retrieves a new twig, stands back in. Count remains full. And a battle here between Patterson and Mertens. Mertens, one away, base clear. Here comes a payoff pitch. On its way, Patterson fouls it off again just behind home plate. There's another heater from Nathan Mertens. And we saw this in the first inning for the Barons. Driving up the pitch count for the starter for the Foresters, Jackson Cloud. Gave up 2 walks. But now here's a payoff pitch again to Patterson, the 3-2, and Daniel reaches for it and pops up over first base, out of play. If I'm not mistaken, the last 5 have been fouled off by Patterson, all with a 3-2 count. Coming set on the hill, Mertens. Here's the 3-2 offering to Daniel. Again, Patterson, this time he lines it into center field, and it will fall in front of the center fielder, Zach Freeman. And that is a hit for Patterson, well earned for Daniel, and he will have his first knock of the ball game. He is aboard with 1 away in the top half of the second. That's going to bring up D. Kennedy. So Kennedy stands in with the base runner now at first for the Sturs. Looking to continue to build off the momentum that they've picked up offensively their last 2 games. 21 runs plated in the last 2 contests. Check back to first base. Patterson slides in head first. And D still awaits his first pitch for D. Kennedy. Still looking for his first knock. He's put some good plate appearances together. He's 0 for 13. Still reached base a good number of times. He still awaits his first pitch. Nathan Mertens had another check over to Patterson. 2 disengagements for the starting pitcher for the Barons. 1 away, runner goes. He looked like he was going to go, but the pitch finds a strike zone off speed from Mertens. 0-1. And Patterson is now at first. Looked like he was going to try to make the jump. Holds put at first base. Now another check back to him at first. Slides in safely, 0-1. Coming set, Mertens, the right-hand pitcher. The 0-1 pitch. This time Patterson does take off the throw. It misses wide, and Patterson slides in feet first for a stolen bag. No chance for the second baseman to try to apply a tag. Dylan Lena, was a fantastic hop from Patterson from first to second. He has a stolen base, and that's actually the 23rd attempted stolen bag on the year for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Their 14th successful steal. And Kennedy, he's at a 1-1 count. Patterson now in scoring position. The pitch and a swing to miss the heater high in the zone for Mertens. It's a ball and 2 strikes for D. And Will Rogers, who reached on an error, trying to advance to second when it was whizzed past first base, was thrown out at second for the first out. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Kennedy stays alive. He fouls it back directly behind home plate. Again, about 15 feet high into the fencing above ground level. A ball and 2 strikes. Ryan Taman still stands on deck, serving as the DH here this afternoon for Santa Barbara. Nathan Mertens comes set, the starting pitcher from East LA College. Man at second. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Kennedy sees a fastball away, 2-2. Just mixing a fraction away at the belt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Patterson. Nice lead at second base, held on by the second baseman. Patterson looks to go, stepping off, and a throw at now a rundown between second and third, and Patterson is tagged out just about 2-3 yards in front of third base. Patterson took off and not inducing a balk. Merton steps off cool, calm, and collected. As a result, Patterson was caught in the rundown, and the third baseman Colin Taylor applied the tag. That was a classy play from the pitcher. Merton's not balking, just steps off calmly in the toss over to the third baseman to tag out Patterson. 2 gone now, and here's the 2-2 pitch. And Kennedy's swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. Rogers thrown out at second base. Patterson had a stolen bag after a base hit, thrown out on his way to third base, and D. Kennedy now strikes out. Mertens only has to face 3, and we go to the bottom half of the inning. No score from Compton.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the bottom of the second from the MLB Academy. We're going to have Kirchner, Taylor, Cisneros due up for the first time to face Jackson Cloud. The lefty to lead off against Cloud, the right-handed pitcher. Gave up 2 walks in the first inning, able to work his way around them, put up a 0 in the first frame. Here comes the first pitch now to Andrew Kirchner. On his way in a swing and a wild hack through the zone. 0-1. And for Cloud, those 2 walks he gave up, the first walks he's conceded all season long. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Kirchner sees a fastball low to even it up, 1-1. 6, 7, and 8 here for the Barons. McLeod moving quickly, 1-1 pitch. Kirchner sees an off-speed missing high, ball 2. And Kirchner on the year, just hitting over the Mendoza line, 207. Plays for Golden West Community College. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And the first baseman sees a fastball in at the knees. Ball 3. And here comes Bill Pintard out of the first base dugout. Come talk with Jackson Cloud. And a very fast walk from the manager. Straight to the hill to talk things over with Cloud. Struggling to find the zone. He did give up the 2 walks. Struck out 1 in the first. Falls behind 3-1 the leadoff batter. Don't want to give up another leadoff walk. But the funny thing is for Cloud, out of the 5 batters he faced, 3 of them he was ahead 0-2. The conference completed just a quick conversation between the manager and his starting pitcher. And it's 3 balls and a strike for the left-handed batter Andrew Kirchner. Colin Taylor stands on deck for the Barons. 3-1 pitch. On its way, Kirchner sees it high. Fastball missing from Cloud. And for the second consecutive inning, a lead-off walk given up by Santa Barbara pitching. It's going to bring up Colin Taylor. Bats from the right side. Santa Barbara, the maroon tops and gray bottoms. It's a navy blue top and white bottoms for the Barons here this afternoon. And for Santa Barbara, they've been playing some nice weather the last couple of days. Santa Barbara High School has seen some clear skies, 70 degrees, Very nice. Man at first, no outs in the first pitch on its way. And the off speed missing high from Cloud. 1-0. Looking to lock in for the man in his second start of the year for the Foresters. Comes set. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Colin Taylor. On its way, and Taylor taps a fastball foul down that first base line. Just about a yard wide. Even up the count 1-1. Also for the Foresters, rest day tomorrow before they play the Conejo Oaks on Tuesday. Leadoff walk given up by Cloud. No outs here. Bottom of the second, no score. Both teams have had some base runners. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Colin Taylor. On its way, and Taylor, he takes like that cut fastball maybe from Cloud. 1-2. Andy Cisneros stands on deck, but Jackson Cloud now heading the count 1-2. Looking for a big first out here in the bottom of the second. After giving up the lead off walk, here's the 1-2 pitch. And Colin Taylor takes a changeup, missing inside a fraction, 2-2. And when you look at the Academy Barons, yesterday they lost to Conejo, an 8-11 loss, but they ended up conceding 7 runs in the last 2 innings. They put up some early runs. We're going to do so here again this afternoon. Here's the 2-2, and Taylor, he gets hit. He will get to first base, and Andrew Kirchner now to second, work the leadoff walk. Colin Taylor gets hit, now to first base. And now Cloud really under some pressure. You see pitching coach Ryan Kramer talking things over with the coaching staff. No outs here in the bottom of the second. It's going to bring up the right-handed batter, Andy Cisneros. 2 aboard, no outs. An opportunity here for the Barons to strike first. First pitch. Fastball down the middle. Good delivery from Jackson. 0-1. Cisneros on the year. He's 2 for 14. Plays for Cerritos College. Opportunity to work around some base runners. 0-1 pitch. And it's in there for a strike. Looked like the cutter from Cloud. 0-2. Gave up the leadoff walk and then hit the second batter he faced here in this inning. Coming set, he's ahead 0-2 against the 8-hole hitter. 0-2 pitch, and it misses low. Good keep from Rogers, who had to step out to his right, keep the ball in front of him. Ball and 2 strikes. Kirchner at second. No one holding on to him, but the second baseman, Souza, slowly inching his way closer. As a pitcher, Cloud, sends in the 1-2 pitch. It misses high, the fastball, to even up the count 2-2. And on this Father's Day contest between the Foresters and the Barons. Barons, a lot of local kids and players from the area. 2-2 pitch. And Cisneros reaches for it. He stays alive. Looks like the fastball away in the zone. And Cloud looking for a huge first out here in the second. Give up a walk, and he's hit a batter. Our guys up in the bullpen for the Sturs. Here's the 2-2. And Cisneros sees a changeup, and it drops in there for a strike. He goes down looking, and Jackson Cloud has his second strikeout of the day. 1 away here in the second. Critical strikeout for Cloud here in the bottom of the second. Still a man at second base. Runner at first. No score. That's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Raymond Jenkins. That's from the right side, especially with the 9-hole hitter here. Tair Rodriguez stands on deck, top of the order. Look for that second out right here. Here's the first pitch, and the line foul down the first baseline. That is strike number 1 to Raymond Jenkins. In terms of pitching here this afternoon, the Cloud struggling a little bit with command. He's hit a batter and gave up 3 walks. A lot of guys available here this afternoon, especially the off day tomorrow. Look back to second base. 1 away, still 2 aboard. The 0-1 pitch. And it misses away on the cut fastball, it looked like, from Cloud. Even up the count 1-1. In terms of pitching, Garrett Stratton will definitely pitch in this ball game, says the pitching coach Ryan Kramer. At what point, we do not know, but Stratton will appear. Look back to second base again from Cloud. Here's 1-1 pitch, and Jenkins sees it low, and it gets past Will Rogers, and advancing 90 feet. Both runners on the errant pitch. It skipped in right in front of home plate, unable to put the glove on it was Rogers. Now Andrew Kirchner now to third, Taylor to second. A pair in scoring position. Only a single out here in the bottom of the second. Cloud missing with that last pitch. Skips its way over the dish. Raymond Jenkins at a 2-1 count, the 9-hole hitter. The first real opportunity to play any runs in this ball game coming for the Barons here in the second. Here's a 2-1. And Jenkins sends it in left center field, looking to get there. Is Bollinger. He slides over the left fielder, makes the catch. One retired, trying to come home. A run will score. So a sacrifice fly for the 9-hole hitter. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Kirchner, who was at third, comes in to score on the sacrifice fly into left by Raymond Jenkins. So now 2 gone, but a run in for the Barons. Runner holds at second. That was Colin Taylor. Here comes Tair Rodriguez to bat for the first time. He replaces Evan Cornwell. Worked a leadoff walk to start the ball game for the Barons. Cloud from the belt. Another look back to second base. Here's the pitch. And Rodriguez takes a fastball down the middle. 0-1. So first blood drawn by the Barons. Kirchner had a leadoff walk plated on the sacrifice fly. Still a man at second, but 2 gone, bottom of the second inning. Barons now on top 1-0. Here's the 0-1 pitch. The man at the top of the order sees an off-speed pitch missing high and in, 1-1. And the Barons in the game yesterday when they lost 8-11, they ended up scoring copious amount of runs early in that ball game, but again, gave up 7 runs in the last 2 innings, which came back to bite them. The 1-1 pitch, and that cut fastball finds the inner half of the plate for a strike. 1-2. The 2 gone. Tair Rodriguez batting for the first time. Cloud trying to limit the damage. I'd say it could be pretty successful if you only allow a single run here in this inning. After the first 2 base runners, I should say the first 2 batters reaching base. 1-2 pitch, and Rodriguez fouls it back behind home plate. Middle of the screen. Do it again. Home plate umpire gets a little more ammunition. Jackson Cloud takes a moment behind the hill. He's ahead in the count again. He's been ahead in the count good amount of times, even though he's given up 3 walks. 2 gone. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Didn't look like it. No, he did not. It's ball 2. The off speed from Cloud missing away to the right-handed batter. Now, a quick word from Rogers. Meets his pitcher halfway between the plate and the hill. Trying to head to the bottom half of the second. To the third inning, pardon me. A 1-run game. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And it misses just a fraction high. The off speed from Cloud. Full count. So Tair Rodriguez in his first plate appearance here. Bottom of the second. Trying to reach base for the first time. Still a man at second base for the Barons. With a run in here in the second. Cloud coming set from the belt. Look back to second base to Taylor, who's still there. Payoff pitch. And this ball is lifted, popped up in the infield, going back to shortstop D. Kennedy. And just about a yard in the left field lawn. Makes the squeeze beyond short. And the side retired. Jackson Cloud allowed a walk and a hit batter to start off the inning, but only a single run comes around to score. We go to the third. Barons on top 1-0 over the Foresters. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the third. Ryan Taman, Jack Bollinger, Drew Markle due up for the Sturs. It's 8, 9, and 1. Currently, the Sturs now trail by a run. The Barons strike first, bottom half of the second. And in stands Ryan Taman serving as the DH, man who plays for Cal. And for Taman, came in yesterday, served as a catcher late in the ball game. He's about to see the first pitch, and an off-speed breaking ball. It's lifted into right center field. It'll stay in the yard. Moving over is Freeman in center, has to fight the win and makes the squeeze. One pitch and one out. Ryan Taman retired for his first AB, flying out into center. That's going to bring up Jack Bollinger, the 9-hole hitter. Top of the third. One away, and the base is clear. For Bollinger, he entered yesterday for Caden Peterson, the top spot of the order. Recorded 3 plate appearances. Here's the first pitch from Mertens. Looks to lay down a bunt, but pulls it back. The fastball missing high and away. Ball 1. Bollinger, 1 for 2 yesterday. He was also hit and scored a run. Some solid work from Bollinger entering the ball game yesterday. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This ball is fouled off to the left of home plate over the third base dugout. That is strike number 1 to the 9-hole hitter. And Bollinger picked up that hit yesterday late. Third knock of the season as a Forster. Here's the 1-1 pitch on its way. And Bollinger slices it, pops up actually in the infield. The shortstop moves in Tyler Rodriguez and makes the catch just about 2 yards to the left of second base. 2 quick outs for Nathan Mertens, the starting pitcher for the Barons, remaining in the ball game. 2 up and 2 down. Now I'll bring around Drew Markle, and Markle will get his second look at Nathan Mertens at the top of the order. Base is empty with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Barons leading 1-0. Markle bats on the right side, righty on righty here. Mertens, little hold, and the first pitch. Looked like the off-speed missing high. Markle leans back, get away from it. It's ball 1. For the Forsters here this afternoon, they've got 2 hits already. Souza stands on deck, and Daniel Patterson. Well, with 2 gone, here's the 1-0 pitch. On its way and sees a breaking ball in there for a strike. Upper half of the zone, it drops in from Nathan Mertens to Drew Markle. Evens up the count, a ball and a strike. Now Nathan Mertens working a little bit faster with 2 gone. Here's the 1-1 pitch. On its way, Markle swinging to miss the off-speed. Got him well out ahead of it. 1-2. Nathan Mertens, 2 quick outs to start this third inning. And here comes a 1-2 pitch to Drew Markle on its way, and the fastball missing low and in. Even up the count, 2-2. Drew's able to reach. He grounded out back to the mound in the first. Nolan Souza, man from Arkansas, stands on deck. But the right-hander, Nathan Mertens, winds up 2-2 pitch, and Markle sees a fastball just missing the zone. Fantastic take from Drew. That one probably could have gone either way. Instead, it's ball 3, full count. Mertens. For the Barons, 2 gone, the 3-2 pitch, and it misses low. Looked like the changeup from Mertens missing low, and he loses Markle, and Markle, as a result, works a 2-out walk in the third inning. That's going to bring up Nolan Souza. He had a base hit in the first. And Souza stranded at second base in the opening frame for the Foresters. They currently trail by a run. Barons put up a run in the bottom of the second. But now a 2-out base run in the form of Drew Markle and Souza, who bats from the left side. Good matchup. First pitch, fastball, upper far corner of the zone of the lefty. 0-1. And Souza, now 3 for 8 on the year. Was a man of walks yesterday. Remarkable what Souza did in yesterday's contest against the Saints with a check back to first base. Sliding in back head first to first base is Drew Markle, but Nolan Souza yesterday, 3 walks and a hit. Also a run scored as the 0-1 pitch. A fastball misses away to even up the count with 1-1. You look at yesterday's game as a whole, between the two teams, home runs for both teams, a lot of walks for the Foresters were able to work. Crazy ball game with Markle scampers back to first base with another check from Nathan Mertens. Ball and a strike. Still it remains for Nolan Souza. Mertens, the right-handed pitcher, sends in the 1-1 pitch, and it's fouled off the third base dugout. Slicing off the bat of Souza. 1-2. Santa Barbara find themselves tied at the top of the Southern Division in the CCL with Arroyo Seco after their victory yesterday. It was a big victory as well between those two teams. Feel the rivalry forming between Arroyo and Santa Barbara. Both of them tied atop the South, 4-2. Markle still at first, 2 gone. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Runner goes, and the throw down to second base. It's going to be close, but it gets through into center field, and Drew looks to get to third. He holds up. Took about 2.5 steps towards third base after the throw slightly got into center field, but he'll hold up at second. It's 2-2 for Souza, the stolen bag now for Drew. That's the second stolen bag of the day for the Foresters. Bill Pintard, we've seen this through the season, being aggressive, getting runners into scoring position, especially Markle, who's a very good runner. Him and Peterson, top spot of the order, done very well, but it's 2-2 with 2 gone. Top of the third to Souza. Here's the pitch, and the 2-2 bounces and keeps him in front of Pyle. The catcher kept the ball in front of him as the breaking ball bounced a foot in front of the plate, but Markle, opportunistic, running, gets to third base on just a little bit of a bobble, and Drew Markle now in third. Count full for Souza. It was a good take. Even though Pyle kept in front of him, Markle with the stolen bag. They advancing on the errant pitch, but the payoff pitch to Souza, and Souza lines this one towards the second baseman. It's stopped from going in the outfield, and the second baseman tosses it over to the first baseman. That was a good play from Dylan Lena at second base, stretching that glove, stopping that ball from going in the outfield, and the side retired. Souza ends up grounding out 4-3 or the third out. Drew Markle, he worked the walk, advanced all the way to third, but he is stranded there. Go to the home half of the third frame. Barons still on top, 1-0 over Santa Barbara.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We head to the bottom of the third here from MLB Academy in Compton, California. The home team, the Academy Barons, on top 1-0 after picking up a run in the last inning. And we will have a pitching change. Jackson Cloud the starter, went 2 innings, gave up no hits, 1 run which was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2. His day complete. That's going to bring up Garrett Stratton. And we knew today Stratton would be pitching, likely in a longer relief situation now for Garrett. He's only pitched a single inning so far this season, and the pitching coach Ryan Kramer said they need to get him out there. They really haven't needed him in the right situation, but they need to get him some innings, keep him in rhythm out on the hill. So Stratton now in, the right-handed pitcher, and he will face the big bats, Freeman, Lena, and Pyle for the Barons. Trying to keep it a 1-run game here in the bottom of the third. He's going to face Zach Freeman. The lethal Ohio State Buckeye. That's second in the order. He flew out into center field against Cloud in the first. And Stratton hunched over, looks into his catcher, Will Rogers. Got him setting. About to fire his first pitch. Here it is. And the fastball. And the heater missing low and away at the knees to Freeman. That is ball 1. Stratton. Coming set on the hill, looks in again to Rogers. The 1-0 pitch. This ball is grounded back to the mound and clipped the ankles of the pitcher. D. Kennedy, the shortstop, backs him up and throws over to first, and the throw in time. That ball went directly off the ankles of Stratton, deflected. A good bounce over to the shortstop, D. Kennedy, who was about 3 yards to the left of second base. Picks up mid-air, took a heavy deflection off the ankles, probably about 15 feet in the air. Kennedy picks up off the fly and the throw over to Rodriguez in time. So Freeman essentially grounds out 1-6-3 after the deflection off of Stratton. But he is retired for the first out here in the third. That's going to bring up the right-handed batter, Dylan Lena. Base is clear, the first pitch, and Lena sees a fastball in, ball 1. Lena today, he worked a walk against Cloud. Lena actually was down the count 0-2 in that plate appearance. Ends up getting base on balls with a heavy gust now blowing across the field. Here's the next pitch, and missing in on another fastball from Garrett, ball 2. Andrew Pyle stands on deck for the Barons. It's a 1-run game. Barons pick up a run in the last inning. Their leadoff man, Andrew Kirchner, worked a leadoff walk, came around to score on a sacrifice fly from the 9-hole hitter. Stratton, looking out towards center field, comes set the 2-0 pitch, and the heater missing down low, ball 3. So Lena ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. The catcher Pyle stands on deck. Stratton looking to fire a strike. Comes set, 3-0 pitch, and Lena lines this one into the gap in left center field. Jack Bollinger going back and is able to make the catch right in front of the wall, just about a yard in front of the warning track. Great play from Bollinger on a full-out sprint in left center field to retire Dylan Lena. Good jump from Bollinger off that barrel from the second baseman. So 2 quick outs for Garrett Stratton to start his outing. That's going to bring up Andrew Pyle. K'd in the first inning against Cloud. Cloud picked up 2 Ks in a short outing. Bullpen the rest of the way. Here's the first pitch, and the fastball swing and a miss. Late on that one was Pyle. The velocity up a little bit from Cloud to Stratton. A little bit more pace on that fastball from Garrett. And Pyle was well late on that heater. 2 gone, bases clear. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Pyle pops up right side. Maybe a chance for the first baseman, foul ground, but it goes over the first base bullpen where the Forester and pitching staff is housed. It is strike 2. Bottom of the third inning. First 2 retired by Stratton. And for Garrett Stratton, actually pitched in the second game. 1 inning, gave up no hits, no runs, no walks, and K'd 2. in his first outing as a Forester. The 0-2 pitch. Pyle sees an off-speed missing high, ball 1. Stratton takes a moment, backside of the hill, and re-engages as that right arm limped down as he looks into his catcher, bent over, staring in for the signs. 2 gone, bases clear. 1-2 pitch, and Pyle checks swing. Did he go? No. No lay off of it. 2-2. It was a fastball from Stratton, just missing the zone. Fraction high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's 2-2, 2 away. And here's a pitch, and Pyle sees it missing high. Actually went away from Will Rogers, couldn't get his glove on it. Misses high on another fastball. Full count. Stratton trying to end the inning right here, not face Aiden Garcia, the DH, waiting in the wings. Some good defensive plays from the infield and the outfield in this inning for the 2 outs. But Stratton looks in the center field, fires a 3-2 pitch, and it's fouled just to the right of home plate. Off the backstop from Pyle. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It remains for the catcher. And for Stratton, even though he saw him pitch in the second game of the season, not expected to go extensively deep into this game. Here's the payoff pitch, and that is called strike 3. The off speed from Stratton froze Andrew Pyle, and Garrett Stratton has his first strikeout of his outing, and he only has to face 3 in the 3rd. Go to the 4th. Barons still on top 1-0 over Santa Barbara.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We head to the 4th, and the Foresters trail by a run. Coming up, Jonah Sebring, Johnny Rodriguez, and Will Rogers scheduled for the Sturs. Nathan Mertens, starting pitcher, remains on the hill for the Academy Barons in this 1-run ball game. And for the Barons, looking back to yesterday's game and throughout the season on the back end, in terms of bullpen pitching, struggling a little bit. So we'll see how long Mertens has been able to go in this ball game. Nursing only a 1-run lead over Santa Barbara. And the Barons, they played a couple more games compared to the Foresters this season. Barons 4-4, 8 games played. The Sturs 4-2. This will bring up Jonah Sebring. Sebring was retired in the first, called for batter's interference on an attempted throw down to second base when Noah Souza was trying to steal second. So Sebring stands in for the second time, leading things off top of the 4th. Sebring, Rodriguez, Rogers in this inning. First pitch to Jonah. Here it is, and a fastball finds the upper half of the zone for a strike, 0-1. Again, you still can't talk enough what Sebring did yesterday in his debut. He was heating up at the end of the Gaucho season where he plays for UCSB. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Jonah pops it up and out of play over the first base dugout. That is strike number 2. Jonah quickly down the count, 0-2. But 3 for 4 yesterday, the 2 homers, 5 runs batted in, 2 walks, one of them intentionally. Leading things off in the 4th, his team trailed by a run. The 0-2 pitch, and Sebring chops one back to the middle, up the mound, and through the gap into center field. It looked like a chance for the pitcher, Mertens, but that ball will squirt its way through into center field for a lead-off base hit. And Jonas Sebring aboard for the first time this ball game. Sebring at first, and that's going to bring up first baseman batting at the cleanup spot, Johnny Rodriguez. He grounded back out to the mound, 1-3 in the first. Left-handed batter stands in for the second time with the Sturs, trying to tie it up with this base runner here in the 4th. First pitch, Rodriguez sees a breaking ball, upper half of the zone for a strike. For the Foresters, I've already seen him being aggressive on the bases. Markle and Patterson with stolen bag. See what they do with Sebring here at first. They check back to him. He slides back in head first to first base. No signs on the third baseline from assistant coach Steve Schuck. For the Foresters, another check back to the man at first, and Jonas Sebring. No issue for Jonah. He's back in, 0-1. Count remains no balls and a strike to Rodriguez, the first baseman for the Sturs. Runner does go as the 0-1 pitch into right center field. Rodriguez deep into right center field. That ball falls at the base of the wall. Sebring to third, maybe coming home. He's waved home by the assistant coach. It's going to be close at the plate. Sebring will score, and at second base goes Rodriguez. RBI double for Johnny in the gap in right center field, and the Foresters have tied it up in the 4th. Rodriguez barrels it up in right. That ball falling right around the warning track. Scores Sebring, who had the leadoff single. And the Sturs have 2 knocks in this inning, and that's going to bring up Will Rogers. Still a man at second. No outs. Top of the 4th. Now tied up a run apiece. Rogers bats from the right side against this right-handed pitcher, Nathan Mertens. Here's the first pitch, and the breaking ball finds the upper half of the zone misses, for a ball high. So it's 1-0 for Will. He reached on an error on the shortstop and was actually thrown out at second base when he was trying to advance. Additionally, on that error to the second station, the 1-0 pitch, and Rogers takes a fastball high in the zone for a strike, checks the swing, 1-1. So Sebring in to tie us up here in the 4th after the RBI double by Rodriguez. Johnny, good lead at second. Second baseman Dylan Lena carefully watches him. Here's the 1-1 pitch to the catcher, Rogers. Rogers sees a breaking ball down low. Good keep from Andrew Pyle, closing the wickets behind the dish. 2-1. Nathan Mertens comes set on the hill. Still a man at second. 2-1 pitch. Fastball missing away to Will. 3-1. Daniel Patterson stands on deck for the Foresters. With no outs in this inning, the Foresters looking to do some damage. They've got a run in, looking for more. Rogers ahead in the count. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch from Mertens. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 is the heater from Mertens. Full count. 5 hits so far today for Santa Barbara. They have 2 of them here in the 4th. Patterson stands on deck. Count full. Mertens a look to second. Payoff pitch, and Rogers lifts it over first base. We'll do it again. So lifts it over the first base dugout. Well out of play. With a nice facility to the right of the first base dugout here at the MLB Academy. Little lobby reception area in the clubhouse for the home team. But it remains full for Rogers. Rodriguez pushed in a run. He remains at second here in the top of the fourth. Payoff pitch. Will Rogers swing and a miss. He is down on strikes. Nathan Mertens picks up his second K. Rogers goes down swinging. One away, top of the fourth. It's going to bring it Patterson. Bats from the right side. Trying to work around Rodriguez. Only one away here in the top of the fourth. First pitch to Daniel, looks for a bunt, pulls it back. This is the off speed from Mertens, missing high. So Patterson looking to lay down a bunt. We'll see if he goes back to it here. Rodriguez still remains at second base. The breeze still swirling around the ballpark here. Here's the 1-0, swinging away this time, pops it up out of play behind home plate, 1-1. Patterson picked up the second hit of the 5 that the Foresters currently have. The 1-out knock at in the second inning. It's a 1-1 ball game. The run in here for the Sturs. So the man at second, the 1-1 pitch. Patterson pops up, identical to the last one out of play behind home plate. A ball and 2 strikes. D. Kennedy awaits on deck. Can Patterson do something here? Put a ball in play, try to score Rodriguez at second. Nathan Mertens throwing a good amount of pitches here in this fourth inning. The 1-2, and Patterson pops it up in the infield. Second baseman moves in, Dylan Lena, and makes the squeeze, moves a few paces in front of his position at second towards the infield grass and makes the catch. Patterson, a little pop-up to the second baseman for the second out. 2 big outs here for the Academy Barons, trying to limit the damage that the Foresters do here in the fourth. First 2 men reached base, the next 2 retired. Sebring had a leadoff single, scored on the RBI double by Johnny, who remains at second. Here's D. Kennedy, the right-handed batter, first pitch. And D sees a breaking ball missing in the dirt. Pyle is able to keep it in front of him. Rodriguez holding at second base. Kennedy today, he struck out against Mertens. 2 Ks for the starting pitcher for the Academy Barons. And again, looking at this field, much higher outfield walls compared to Santa Barbara High School. A little bit deeper as well in the center field. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Kennedy pulls back away from it. Like an off-speed pitch from Mertens, missing high and in, ball 2. Can Rodriguez maybe come in to score? Go-ahead run, granting the top of the fourth inning at second base. Can D put something in plays ahead in the count? Here's a 2-0. Kennedy in the left field, looking to get there is Jenkins, but that ball will fall in front of the left fielder. Coming from second, Rodriguez, play at the plate, not in time. RBI single for D. Kennedy. And indeed, the Foresters take the lead here in the fourth. They lead 2-1. Rodriguez, good running from second. Throw was late, and D. Kennedy, the RBI base hit. Foresters now lead for the first time. 2-1 our score. It's going to bring up the DH, Ryan Taman. So both of those first 2 base runners that reached base against Mertens with hits come in to score. Check back to first base. And Ryan Taman still waits his first pitch, but those RBIs are brought to you by Gold's Gym, both off the bat of Rodriguez and Kennedy. Gold's has 3 locations in Santa Barbara and Goleta, where the Foresters train to win, thanks to Gold's Gym. Here's the first pitch. Taman pops it up, the catcher in foul ground, now first base side of the park, trying to get under it, fights the wind, but it falls. And the catcher, Andrew Pyle, unable to make that play about 2 yards in front of the fencing on the first base dugout. There's a lot of room, a lot of real estate behind the dish for the backstop and between the dugouts down the first and third base lines. But with the wind blowing out towards left field currently, catcher had a tough read on that one. It's strike 1 to Taman. D. Kennedy remains at first base, 2 gone. Foresters now lead 2-1, top of the fourth. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and a swing and a miss. Mertens looked like his off-speed a fraction compared to his fastball that he has been throwing. Taman, a big rip, 0-2. He's able to reach. The 9-hole hitter, Bollinger, awaits on deck. So check back to D. Kennedy, sliding back in head first. No problem for D, and for Kennedy as well. That RBI base hit, first knock of the season for D. Comes at a big time, pushes in the go-ahead run here on the top of the fourth for the Sturs. He goes, the 0-2 pitch, but Taman strikes out. And Kennedy down to third base. Likely would have stolen the bag, but Taman strikes out swinging. The fastball high in the zone gets him. The third K of the day for Mertens, but here in the top half of the fourth, the Sturs pushing two. Go to the bottom half of the inning on top 2-1 over the Barons. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
We head to the home half of the fourth inning. Aiden Garcia, Andrew Kirchner, and Colin Taylor due up for the Barons. Garrett Stratton, who had a 1-2-3 first inning of work in the third, remains in the ball game. Garrett Stratton, he has been fun to watch. Now with this an inning in his belt here in this outing, been very clean, works well, been firing strikes. Going to face 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Barons. It's going to be Garcia to lead things off. First time facing Stratton. First pitch from Garrett, and Garcia sees it low. Ball 1. For Aiden Garcia, against Jackson Cloud, he had a pop up to short back in the first inning. Stands in for the second time, leading things off. 2-1 our score. Foresters on top of the Barons. The 1-0 pitch, the fastball in there for just missing away, actually. Away at the knees. The left-handed batter, Aiden Garcia. A long look in from Stratton. Hunched over, that right arm dangling, coming sat at the belt. 2-0 pitch. Garcia takes a strike this time. Another heater from Stratton. 2-1. And the Barons playing from behind for the first time all game. They picked up the first run in this game in the second, but the Sturs putting up 2 at the top half of this inning. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and this one's chopped over to second base, ranging to his left to Souza, and over to first to Johnny Rodriguez to retire Aiden Garcia. That ball not hit incredibly hard, but Souza just moves over to his left, and a good play from the second baseman to Rodriguez at first. Leadoff man down here in the bottom of the fourth. That's going to bring up Andrew Kirchner. On away, base is clear. And the away team Sturs on top 2-1. Kirchner worked a walk first time up. First pitch from Stratton, another heater. Down the middle, 0-1. Kirchner scored the lone run as well as a leadoff walk against Cloud in the second. Was pushed in on a sacrifice play from Raymond Jenkins, the 9-hole hitter. Base is gone. Base is clear, 1 away, I should say. The 0-1 pitch, and another fastball going right back to it. Finds a strike zone. Outer half of the plate, I should say. This time, 0-2. Stratton, again, that hunched over look with that right arm dangling. Looking in for the signs from Rogers. Looking out towards center field, turns back. The pitch, and it misses high. Another fastball from Garrett. 1 ball and 2 strikes it remains. Kirchner looking to reach base, but he's down in the count. It's 1-2. Here's the pitch. Kirchner, swing and a miss, and he is sat down. Second K of the day. Stratton got him with the off speed, and he has retired 5 straight to start his outing. It's going to bring up Colin Taylor. Taylor today, he was hit by Cloud, stranded at second base in the second inning. Stands in with bases clear and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. The Forsters still on top 2-1. Going into the off day tomorrow, Santa Barbara going into that off day hopefully with a positive. Here's the first pitch, the right-handed batter. Taylor takes it the other way, but it goes foul. Maybe a chance in foul ground for Markle, but it slices out of play for strike 1. Again, a lot of real estate between the fences and fair ground. You look at the dugout, probably 15, 18 paces to the first base line, all the way from the first base dugout. It's that far. There's a lot of wiggle room as well in the outfield. The pinch is in a little bit, however, down the left field line. But 2 gone. It's 0-1 for Colin Taylor. Here's a pitch from Stratton. A fastball chopped towards the third baseman. Daniel Patterson backhands it, fires it across the diamond, but the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and Colin Taylor will reach base. Patterson on the throw from third, pulling Johnny Rodriguez, the first baseman, towards second base and pulls him off. Go down as a throwing error. E5. And that's going to bring up Andy Cisneros, a 2-out error for the Sturs, extend the inning for the Barons. Cisneros, the right-hander, stands in with a man now at first. Here's the first pitch. And fastball fires a strike for Garrett Stratton, 0-1. So Cisneros today, he's 0 for 1, struck out looking against Cloud in the second. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Cisneros sees another fastball away at the knees to even up the count 1-1. If Cisneros is able to reach the 9-hole hitter, Raymond Jenkins awaits on deck for the Academy Barons. 2 gone. Check back to first base. It was a good move, but the throw wide, and Rodriguez able to get his glove on it. The left-handed first baseman. That throw would have been pretty good if it was a right-handed first baseman. Rodriguez had to reach across his body and keep that ball from going in a foul ground. Runner still holds at first, however. Here's the 1-1. Cisneros pops up over the first base dugout. Maybe actually a chance here for the first baseman down the line, but it goes out of play. It's 1-2. And Rodriguez, as that left-handed first baseman, still holding on to Colin Taylor. Reach on the 2-out error. But down the count now is Cisneros. Stratton looking towards center field. Looks back, another pickoff move, and then another throw that pulls Rodriguez off the bag. Rodriguez leaping into the air towards the first base dugout to keep that ball in play. So Stratton looks back in to his catcher. Looks to fire a strike against Cisneros. It's a 1-2 count. Deep breath, 1-2 pitch, and this ball is tapped foul towards the third base coach's box. We do it again. Looking at this MLB Academy team, very nice complex that they play in. A lot of local products, a lot of players playing for junior colleges. A few guys like Zach Freeman playing for Ohio State. Bigger name schools, but a lot of local talent here for this Academy's team. Here's the 1-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. Reaching for that one was Cisneros Stratton, a wicked pitch. And Cisneros down on strikes. 3 strikeouts already for Garrett Stratton. We go to the 5th. Sturs on top by a run.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
We head to the fifth. Sturs on top 2-1. Jack Bollinger will lead things off. It's 9-1 and 2 up. The new arm in is the first pitch. The Bollinger finds the strike zone on a fastball. The new arm in for the Academy Barons, Aaron Rosales, the right-hander from Santa Ana College, takes over for Nathan Mertes. Got the start here this afternoon for the Barons. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Bollinger lines this one back to the pitcher. He backhands it with his back towards the plate. What a move and play from the pitcher. His backside was turned to the plate, drops his glove down, scoops up that ball, and then fires it over to his first baseman. And Bollinger grounds out 1-3. Rosales wasn't even looking at that baseball as he was turned around on his follow-through after throwing down that pitch, but instead he picks up the first out. The ground out back to the mound, and that's going to bring up Drew Markle. So Aaron Rosales, welcome to the ball game. One away, base is clear. Here is Drew, stands in for the third time. First pitch, and Markle swing and a miss. The off speed from Rosales got him to swing. 0-1. Markle in this ball game 0 for 1. He had to ground out back to the mound and worked a walk in the third. Top of the fifth, Sturs on top 2-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Markle sees a breaking ball missing high, 1-1. On this Father's Day matchup between the Sturs and the Barons, Santa Barbara get a few more runs in this inning. Here's the 1-1. Markle lifts it up and out of play over the first base dugout. That is strike 2. It was the last inning when the Foresters put up their 2 runs. Sebring and Rodriguez both collected hits and both came around to score. Now Markle, the man at the top of the order, he's behind in the count, 1-2 strikes. Right-handed pitcher Rosales comes set, 1-2 pitch, and Markle reaches for it down the third baseline. It goes foul. Nolan Souza awaits in the wings for the Foresters. Going to ask for better weather down here in Los Angeles. Another road trip for the Foresters. Going to the off day tomorrow. Not a cloud in the sky. 75 degrees. 1-2 pitch, and Markle sees it bounce in. Missing errantly on the breaking ball from Rosales. It's 2-2. No one on base here in the top of the fifth inning, and this fifth inning is brought to you by Finney's Craft House. Finney's Craft House on Lower State is a great place for Forester fans to gather before or after a Foresters game. Go to Finney's Craft House after or before Forster's ball game. Here's the 2-2. And Markle swing and a miss. The fastball blazes past him, and Markle down on strikes. And Aaron Rosales has his first K of the day. Two down, top of the fifth. That's going to bring up Nolan Souza. 1 for 2 today. Base hit in the first and a ground out to second. That was in the third. Aaron Rosales at the bullpen retired the first to his face. The first pitch skips in on the fastball, missing to Nolan Souza. That is ball 1. For Nolan Souza. Now 3 for 8 on the year. And Souza bats from the left side. Ahead in the count. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Nolan's swing and a miss. The off speed from Rosales, reducing the swing 1-1. When you look at this lineup here this afternoon for the Foresters compared to yesterday's ball game, we saw Drew Markle back at the top of the order. Saw Caden Peterson go yesterday at the top spot. Here's the 1-1 pitch and the fastball high in the zone for a strike against Souza. 1-2. But Bollinger, who entered for Peterson in that game, batting out of the 9 spot now. Sebring had a phenomenal day yesterday. But with 2 gone, bases clear. Top of the 5th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Souza sees ball 2 low. Fastball missing. 2-2. And Aston Klepsch gets the day off, and Daniel Patterson in at third. Patterson today 1 for 2 already. Good to see Daniel pick up a base hit. Here's a 2-2 as Souza takes strike 3. The breaking ball drops in, and Aaron Rosales has a 1-2-3 5th inning and strikes out 2. Forster still on top, 2-1. Bats coming up for the Barons. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
I'm Eric Anand, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the bottom of the 5th, 9-1-2. Due up for the Academy Barons. Santa Barbara on top 2-1. And Raymond Jenkins will stand in to lead things off. Jenkins responsible for the lone run on the scoreboard for the Barons at a sacrifice fly into left his first time up in the second. He scored Andrew Kirchner. He was a leadoff man that worked a walk against Jackson Cloud, who went 2 innings, the starting pitcher today. In terms of pitching, Garrett Stratton back out on the hill for his 3rd inning. And you look at what he has done. He has faced 7. The only man to reach base against him was on an error. Everyone else he has retired. Facing 9-1-2. Forster's on top by a run. First pitch from Garrett to Jenkins, and missing inside. Nearly clips the right-handed batter, Raymond Jenkins. That's ball 1. It was a fastball from Garrett. So 1-0. Of the 7 batters he has faced, struck out 3. 2 of them swinging, 1 of them looking. Looking into center field, the same routine, a little bit of a breath on the hill. The 1-0 pitch, and it misses low. The slider from Stratton that time. 2-0 to the leadoff man, Raymond Jenkins, in this 1-run affair. Bottom of the 5th. Academy Barons, they've done very well throughout the season, getting on base. Just a fraction under 400. 2-0 pitch. And that off speed from Stratton finds the lower half of the zone. 2-1 against Raymond Jenkins. Plays for Barstow College. On deck, top of the order, Tair Rodriguez. Here's the pitch, and the 2-1 swing and miss. The fastball from Stratton goes back to it. 2-2. Try to get the offense right back out there, except Aaron Rosales, the reliever for the Academy Barons, had a very clean 1-2-3 top half of this inning to sit down the 9-1 and 2 hitters. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and this ball's popped up and out of play over the stands just to the right of home plate. That is, we'll do it again. 2-2. Surrounding the playing surface here at the MLB Academy and the other fields as well. Here on the campus of Compton College. Got lights here for some night games as well. Nice facility. The 2-2 pitch, the fastball missing high from Stratton. Full count. And Garrett Stratton has done phenomenally in his second appearance for the Foresters out on the hill. He's only pitched an inning, and that was in the second game against the Pirates the last time he pitched prior to today. Payoff pitch, and the fastball misses high and in. And Garrett Stratton gives up a lead-off walk to Raymond Jenkins. The off man aboard. Here's Tair Rodriguez. Rodriguez stands in from the right side. Second time to stand in. First time facing Stratton. He had to pop up to short. First time. But Jenkins now at first. First pitch looking for a bunt, and that ball gets past Rogers. That ball was down close to the plate. Rogers couldn't smother it up. Likely go down as a wild pitch. And as a result, Raymond Jenkins in the scoring position. And now the pitching coach, Ryan Kramer, appears out of the first base dugout. Get things back on track for the Sturs. Bottom of the fifth. It's a one-run affair. 2-1 our score. Foresters picked up their 2 runs in the fourth. Will Rogers and the pitching coach part of that conversation now with Garrett Stratton. We caught up with head coach, I should say, pitching coach Ryan Kramer yesterday. It was good to talk to him before the game, our pre-game interview with him, talking about what he has done prior to coming to Santa Barbara. East Coast guy, and makes his way out here over the summer for his first season with the Foresters. And Garrett Stratton, he knew was going to pitch today. Didn't know the situation, unlike yesterday where we knew coming out of the bullpen, the first man was going to be Reed Hensley, with Mason Bixby getting the start. It was a different story today in terms of where Stratton, his puzzle piece was going to fit in. But with Cloud getting some trouble early, only going 2 innings, to go to Stratton. Even though Cloud didn't have his stuff today, giving up some free passes, limited the damage to only a single run. Still, the Sturs have the lead 2-1, but the leadoff man now at second base, and Tair Rodriguez heading the count 1-0, conference completed. Stratton holds on the hill, now steps off. Throw over to his second baseman, Souza. It's about 3 paces off second base. Just the disengagement, throw over to his second baseman. But Rodriguez entered in the top spot for Evan Cornwell, who started at short and worked a walk first time through, but Rodriguez entered immediately after the top of the first inning concluded. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Rodriguez sees a fastball high, ball 2. And Zach Freeman, the powerhouse in the lineup for the Barons, stands on deck. Do not want to give up another base runner here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Good lead at second for Jenkins. Second baseman backs up. Here's the pitch, missing high. Another fastball, 3-0. Garrett Stratton now falls behind after giving up a lead-off walk to Jenkins, and has fired 3 straight balls. Tair Rodriguez missing high. Looks to find the strike zone. Look back to second base. Now the pitch. And Tair Rodriguez takes a strike. Looks like Stratton took a little something off that last one. But he finds a strike and gets himself back in at 3-1. Again, Zach Freeman, the lethal hitter, stands on deck. Ideally one out with him coming up to bat next. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and that misses high, off speed, ball 4. Consecutive walks to start this inning for the Barons. Home half of the 5th. And you see discourse between the bench coach and Bill Pintard and Ryan Kramer. 2 aboard via 2 walks. That's the 5th walk given up today by Forester pitching. That's going to bring up the lethal left-handed batter, Zach Freeman. Slugging over 800. But he's 0 for 2 today. It's a 1-run ball game, 2-1 our score, Sturs on top. Now stepping off the hill is Stratton. And for Zach Freeman, left-handed batter standing in for the 3rd time. He's got a fly out into center field. Out there is Jonas Sebring, and a ground out to short. D. Kennedy finds himself at short here this afternoon. He's been all around the in and outfield. Still waiting the first pitch to Freeman. 2 aboard, no outs. Here's the pitch. Fastball finds the upper half of the zone this time. 0-1. And a good start for Stratton after giving up 2 walks to start this 5th inning. Another look back to second base. Out there's Jenkins. Here's the 0-1 pitch and a check swing, but a strike called regardless. Fastball lower half of the zone in there for strike 2. Stratton looking for a critical first out here in the 5th. Trying to hold this 1-run lead. It's going to take a good effort to do it. Tying run at second base currently. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Freeman takes an off-speed high and away, 1-2. For the Foresters, going back to yesterday's game and the game before that, talked about all the runs they have scored, trying to keep it rolling here today. They've got 6 hits to pushing 2 runs so far. 1-2 pitch, and this ball is over too short. Kennedy fields it, flips it for 1 at second. Will it be 2? The throw to first base. Pulls up Rodriguez off first base. He had to jump for a fraction, and that ends up pulling him off the base. It would have been a double play, but instead Freeman will reach on a fielder's choice. The throw from Nolan Souza, just a fraction high, and Rodriguez had a little bit of a hop. Now Bill Pintard appears out of the first base dugout. Talk about that call. It was close. You saw Rodriguez kind of shimmy upward, not a full-on jump, but pulled his body weight up. From where I'm sitting, couldn't quite tell if his foot even left the bag. It was very close, but even if it did leave the bag, it got down very quickly, right back down on first base. As now the umpiring crew meets halfway between the hill and home plate. So currently, Tair Rodriguez on the force out at second on the attempted 6-4-3 double play. Zach Freeman reaching on the fielder's choice at first. And Raymond Jenkins, who worked a leadoff walk, is at third with runners on the corners, 1 away. Nearly the double play. It looks like some pretty heavy discussion between our third and first base umpires about Johnny Rodriguez and seeing if that foot did leave the bag. And they're going to confirm the call. And in these situations with no replay, you would expect the majority of any calls made by the umpires when they talk it over with their entire crew to stand, and the discretion of the umpire closest to whichever call is being made. So instead, Freeman will be at first on the fielder's choice. Jenkins to third. Runners on the corners, 1 away now, however. That's going to bring up Dylan Lena. 0 for 1 with a walk. Bats out of the 3 spot. Tying run at third base here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch, and Lena swing to miss the off speed. Lena had the walk in the first, and then a fly out into left in the 3rd. Runners on the corners. A second out could be huge here for the Sturs. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and this ball's chopped foul down third baseline. Goes out of play. When you look around the outfield, you see players who have made it onto the major leagues and getting drafted in professional organizations. Pretty cool to see here at the MLB Academy. Those high outfield walls, black padding, probably about 10 feet tall, line the entire outfield. Runner goes, no, holds up at first. Trying to get over there. It was Freeman. And no flinch at all from Stratton on the hill. The 0-2 pitch this time, and that ball will get past Rogers. It bounced in front of home plate, and a run will score on the errant pitch. From third base comes Raymond Jenkins. That ball spiked just about inches in front of home plate. Rogers couldn't keep it. We are tied up at 2. Freeman, who's at first, now to second. We are tied up at 2. It's a ball and 2 strikes now for Dylan Lena, with the Barons scoring their second run on an errant pitch. Runner now at second. Still only 1 out here in the 5th. Stratton looked back to second and center. The 1-2 pitch, fastball missing well high, and Rogers having to throw that glove up in the air. It's ball 2. And Stratton now looking to dig deep. Guys loosening in the bullpen for Santa Barbara. Man at second, 1 away. Tied now at 2. 2-2 pitch. And Dylan Lena lines this one over to second base. Souza fields it off 1 hop. Moving towards the infield, slings it over to Rodriguez at first, and the throw in time for the second out. Lena grounds out to second. 2 gone in the 5th. That's going to bring up Andrew Pyle. He's K'd twice today, both of them looking. One against Cloud, one against Stratton. The go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 5th, now at third. Freeman is able to advance all the way to the third station. This 2-2 ball game. First pitch. And the fastball misses inside from Stratton, 1-0. And Pyle serving as a catcher defensively for the Barons here this afternoon. Trying to drive in the go-ahead run in this 5th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and this ball is lifted over the first base dugout. That is strike number 1. Going again back to the players and professional organizations now. You see all the respective teams' logos and the last names of the players in the outfield. You see the Padres, Astros, Detroit, the Yankees. The list goes on with players part of this program here, MLB Academy, to play professional baseball. Pretty cool to see that here. MLB Academy. The 1-1 pitch swung on into center field. Jonas Sebring going back into center, traveling all the way back and making the catch in front of the warning track for the second out. Andrew Pyle gave it a ride into center in the deep center field here at the MLB Academy, but Sebring makes the catch. We head to the 6th, now tied up 2 runs apiece.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Forrester's Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Forresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
the 6th we go here from the MLB Academy in Compton, California. Jonas Sebring, Johnny Rodriguez, Will Rogers due up 3, 4, and 5 for the Sturs. We are now tied up at 2. Foresters put up their 2 runs in the 4th. Barons get one back in the last inning to tie us up. Here's the first pitch, and Jonas Sebring, who leads things off, takes a fastball strike, inner half of the zone for Aaron Rosales, who remains on the hill. The first reliever today, used by the Academy Barons, had a 1-2-3 first inning back in the 5th. He's had nothing in 1 against Sebring. The pitch, and Jonah, he takes the fastball down in the dirt, 1-1. Santa Barbara entering today 4-2. The Barons 4-4 in CCL play. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Sebring sends it foul to the left side on the third base line. It was a worm burner, but foul immediately off the barrel for Jonah. Ball and 2 strikes. Jonah today's he's 1 for 2. It's called for batter's interference in the first. Had a leadoff single in the 4th and came around to score the first run for the Sturs. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Jonah takes an off-speed pitch, missing high. It was a fantastic eye and take from Jonah. 2-2. Did not miss by much from Aaron Rosales. 6 hits to this point for the Sturs. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Sebring sends it left side. The shortstop moves over, tried to track a lot of distance, the backhand, but the throw over not in time. It is an infield single for Jonas Sebring. Tair Rodriguez had to move probably 5, 6, 7 paces to his right, had to backhand it. Nearly an impossible play. The third baseman, Colin Taylor, was trying to cut it off, unable to. So the shortstop unable to make the play, and Jonas Sebring has his second hit, the infield single. And that's going to bring up Johnny Rodriguez. Sturs back in the saddle here in the 6th. They're going to retake the lead after conceding a run in the 5th. Interesting enough, for the Barons, they have 2 runs, but no hits currently through 5. Runner goes off the first pitch, and the throw over to second base. Sebring slides in, safe. It was a great throw from Pyle as the shortstop, Tair Rodriguez, was there to receive that ball. And that throw down to second from the catcher placed perfectly, but Sebring had a very big jump and lead. Able to get to second, no problem. Only 1 pitch being thrown to Johnny Rodriguez. It found the strike zone. It's 0-1. The pitch, and Rodriguez fouls it. It stands down the third baseline, strike 2. And for Rodriguez here this afternoon, he's 1 for 2. An RBI double and a run scored in the 4th came and scored Sebring. Trying to do the exact same thing here. Can he do it? Sebring well off second base. The 0-2 pitch. Rodriguez chops it towards short. Tair Rodriguez, if it gets past him, the shortstop in the left field. Sebring will score from second base. And just like that, the Foresters retake the lead. Sebring scores his second run of the day. 3-2, Foresters now on top. Looking at this one, see how it's scored for Johnny. He reaches base, a run comes in to score. It looked like the shortstop, Rodriguez, had a good chance to field that ball, but somehow got past him. Still no outs here in the 6th with a run in, man at first base. Here's Will Rogers, awaits the first pitch. Here it is. And the off speed finds the upper half of the zone for a strike. Man at first with a run in. Rodriguez does his job to put a ball in play. Here's the 0-1 now to Will Rogers. Rogers swinging a miss, the fastball from Rosales. And late was Will. He's down the count 0-2. And Jonas Sebring again making a huge difference yesterday and today in only his 2nd game. After what he did yesterday, driving in 5 runs and the 2 homers, he has scored 2 runs here this afternoon. The 0-2 pitch is Rogers swinging a miss on the breaking ball. And he is tagged by Rosales, and he goes back to the dugout for the first out, top of the 6th. And Aaron Rosales, the first reliever for the Barons, has his 3rd strikeout. Rodriguez, he holds at first base. It looks like it's going to be scored a hit for Rodriguez. So an RBI as well for Johnny on the play over to short. That got past the shortstop in the left field to score. Go-ahead run, Jonas Sebring. Here's Daniel Patterson on the first pitch. Nearly wears it on the left side, turns away from it, misses in on the fastball from Rosales for ball one. So the 8th knock of the day for Johnny, I should say for the Foresters, off the bat of Rodriguez. Now the 1-0 pitch to Patterson, the right-handed batter. He takes a strike on the fastball from Rosales, even up the count 1-1. And that RBI from Rodriguez is brought to you by Gold's Gym. Gold's has 3 locations in Santa Barbara and Goleta, where the Sturs train to win. The 1-1, missing high on the fastball to Patterson, 2 balls and a strike. D. Kennedy, he awaits on deck for Santa Barbara. Now in the lead 3-2 in the 6th. Here's the pitch, the 2-1, and Patterson takes a breaking ball in there for a strike, 2-2. Daniel today, he is 1 for 2. He had a single in the second, a stolen base in that same inning, and also a pop-up to second. One away, runner goes from first to second. The 2-2 pitch jammed towards the hands and sent foul over the first base dugout. So Johnny will trot back to first. He had a very good jump, would have gotten to second with plenty of time. Patterson, a very defensive swing, just slices that ball over his teammates' heads in the first base dugout. It's a 3-2 lead now for Santa Barbara with this run in the 6th inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Patterson just taps that off the end of the bat behind home plate. He stays alive. Rosales looked like he went back to that breaking ball. And earlier today here as well, from the MLB Academy. So a little bit of cloud cover in the skies, but since burned off. Picture perfect skies on Father's Day with the 2-2 pitch, and Patterson fights it off again behind home plate. D. Kennedy scheduled next. Taman to follow with 1 out. Rodriguez at first after pushing in Jonas Sebring, 2 knocks in this inning for the Sturs. Aaron Rosales coming set. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Patterson again fights it off over the first base dugout again. Actually more behind home plate, slicing off the bat of the right-handed batter. In a heavy battle between the third baseman Patterson and Aaron Rosales. Rosales before this inning was moving very quickly. But the 2-2 pitch, and Patterson, another ball popped up to the right of home plate, and Patterson fouls off his 4th consecutive pitch against Aaron Rosales, the right-hander from Santa Ana College. In the top of the 6th inning. Here's the 2-2 again, and Patterson swing and a miss. This time Rosales got him with the changeup, and Patterson down for the 2nd out of the inning. That's the 4th K for Aaron Rosales. Rodriguez remains at first base. And here is D. Kennedy. 1 for 2 in that hit in the 4th inning. His first knock of the season for D, and good for driving in a run as well. Actually scored Johnny Rodriguez in the 4th. Love to score him here from first base. The first pitch, and that's a strike. Breaking ball in there from Rosales to Kennedy. 0-1. Jonas Sebring had the leadoff single scored by Johnny. Here's the second pitch, a check swing on the 0-1 delivery. He went around 0-2. That one was in the dirt from Rosales. And the reliever for the Barons quickly ahead in the count against D. We saw Rodriguez try to make a jump deep in the count with Daniel Patterson at the dish. About a 1.5 lead at first. The 0-2, and Kennedy fights it off over maybe a chance for the catcher in foul ground behind the plate, but it goes out of play. Again, lots of real estate behind the plate to the backstop and down the first and third base lines. It pinches in a little bit down into the outfield. But any ball popped up in the infield and foul ground, good chance for any infielder or the catcher to make a play on it. Johnny's still at first, 2 gone. Foresters now lead 3-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Kennedy sees a breaking ball high. Runner goes. It was late, and Rodriguez slides in And under the tag for Dylan Lena. The throw was a little bit to the right of second baseman Dylan Lena. Second baseman had to grab that ball. And he did, but no chance to apply a tag. So a stolen bag for Johnny. He is in scoring position. And it's now a ball and 2 strikes for D. Kennedy after the last pitch missing. Taman stands on deck. Here's the 1-2. Kennedy sends this one left side into the outfield, down the left field line. Coming in from second base is Johnny Rodriguez. Kennedy to second base, and he will have a stand-up RBI double. Scoring from second will be Rodriguez, and a 2-run inning for the Sturs. Now lead 4-2 over the Academy Barons. And D. Kennedy has his second hit of the day and his second RBI. Fantastic work from the shortstop. That's going to bring up the 8-hole hitter, Ryan Taman. That ball was sharply hit off the barrel. Colin Taylor, the third baseman, no crack at it. It's Kennedy, the 2-bagger, and an RBI. First pitch to Taman, swinging a miss with the fastball high and out of the zone. 0-1. Coming set, Aaron Rosales. The 0-1 pitch, and Ryan pops it up over to the right of home plate. That is strike 2. I'm looking at Rosales, entered in the 5th at a 1-2-3 inning with 2 Ks. In this inning, he's given up 3 hits and also struck out 2 batters as well. Interesting outing for Rosales on the hill. He's got Kennedy at second with 2 out. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Taman sees a breaking ball in the dirt. Pyle keeps it in front of him, 1-2. On deck, the 9-hole hitter, Jack Bollinger. Rosales stands in, working from the middle of the rubber on the hill. Kennedy still remaining at that second station with 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Taman check swing, breaking ball missing in. Fantastic take from the DH Ryan. 2-2. It looks like no one, actually there are arms up in the bullpen for the Barons. See if Rosales will come out for the 7th inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Taman sends this one back up the middle. The shortstop charges in, Tair Rodriguez, and fires over to first base. Throw in time. Ryan Taman grounds out 6-3 for the final out of the inning. But 2 more on the scoreboard for the Foresters. We head to the bottom half of the inning. Foresters now on top 4-2 over the Academy Barons.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara Airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara Airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently.
We have a new pitcher in the ball game for the Sturs. Max Frazier will come in the ball game. He'll face Aiden Garcia. The first pitch is a strike. It's lefty on lefty here. Frazier takes over for Garrett Stratton, who took over for Cloud in the third inning. Frazier going quick, the 0-1 pitch, and another fastball, and it's in there for strike two. And quickly, Max Frazier, the left-hander, out of the bullpen, ahead in the count against the DH, Aiden Garcia, who is 0 for 2 today. It's a two-run ball game. Sturs on top. The 0-2 pitch. And it misses low from Frazier, ball one. For Santa Barbara, able to put up a couple more runs, top half of the sixth, to take that 4-2 lead. And Frazier, the second arm out of the pen, the 1-2 pitch, off speed, missing low, 2-2. It's Garcia, Kirchner, and Taylor due up in this inning, 5, 6, and 7 for the Academy Barons. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And the DH Garcia checks his swing, but that ball ends up hitting the barrel and going foul. No harm, no foul for the DH. It was a pop-up to short and a ground out to second in this ball game. And the pitching for Santa Barbara, they've given up some free passes, especially early, but limited the damage. Here's the 2-2, and this ball is lined into right, and that ball will fall in front of the right fielder, Drew Markle, and that is a leadoff single for the Barons and their first hit of the ball game. Cloud and Stratton, 5 innings, no-hit baseball here in Compton. Frazier got ahead in the count, gives up the single in the right to Aiden Garcia. Even though that is the first hit, of course, the Barons pushing in 2 runs. They were able to work a lot of walks. They were able to work 5 early on. They also had a hit batter in there and a sacrifice fly to drive in a run and scoring on some errant pitches as well. Here's the next pitch to Kirchner. I should say the first one to Kirchner. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Kirchner checks his swing and it goes foul down the third baseline. Kind of similar to Garcia checking his swing, but this time Kirchner takes it for a strike. Leadoff man aboard, Garcia at first. In the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 0-1, and Kirchner sees a fastball upper half of the zone, and quickly Max Frazier ahead in the count, 0-2. Frazier playing for the University of Washington, the Southpaw, 6'1", 200. Sees the 0-2 pitch, and Kirchner sees a breaking ball down low, 1-2. For Kirchner today, he's 0 for 1. He's faced a different pitcher all 3 times he has stood in. He's worked a walk. That was against Cloud and struck out against Stratton. Here's the 1-2 pitch. On its way, and Kirchner checks swing. This ball actually fair, and the third baseman charges Patterson to second base. There's 1. Will it be 2? It would have been a heck of an effort if it was 2. Thrown to first, not in time. Patterson charged the ball from third base, electing to go to second. That was an awkward angle throw from that third baseman who charged in down that third base line, threw across his body to second. But they do get the force out. Aiden Garcia, who had the leadoff knock, the force out at second for the first out, and Kirchner reaches on a fielder's choice to bring up Colin Taylor. Taylor's reached twice today. He was hit, also reached on an E5. Stands in, man at first, 1 away now. Good play from Patterson going to second. In this 2-run ball game, Sturs on top 4-2. Here's the first pitch, and a swing and a miss. Frazier with the fastball, 0-1. And Taylor hitting 160 entering today. That hit by pitch, he was stranded at second base in that second inning. And at first, here's the 0-1 pitch on the delivery from Frazier, and the fastball had a check swing on the on Taylor. Taylor did not go around on the check down to the first base umpire. But Frazier, we've seen a lot of heaters from him early. And he looks in the southpaw to the right-handed batter, Colin Taylor, and to his catcher, Will Rogers. Here's the 1-1 pitch, And this ball is tapped foul down that third base line. That is strike 2. Well, for Max Frazier, last time he appeared was in the Oaks game. That was back on the 12th. A couple days ago, Frazier entered to relieve Hudson Hamilton, who made his debut, and Frazier going 3 2/3. Struck out 4 along the way, gave up 3 hits and 3 runs. Long outing in his few days ago. But now the 1-2 pitch, and this ball is fouled over the first base dugout. Looked like the breaking ball from Max. We'll do it again. And the Barons trying to rally back. They just picked up their first hit in this 6th inning, even though they pushed in 2 after a lot of walks early on by Santa Barbara pitching. And Frazier looking for a second out here. There's a man at first. Frazier, the southpaw, sees a 1-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. The fastball got Colin Taylor. 2 gone here in the 6th. First strikeout of the day for Max. And now 2 gone for the Barons. That's going to bring up Andy Cisneros. The man at first, Kirchner, who reached on the fielder's choice, remains at that first station. Now a step off from Max on the hill over to his left-hand first baseman, Rodriguez. And the wind's picking up. They've swirled around. We've seen the American flag, a very big American flag down the right field line. Likely the biggest American flag we'll see all year. Currently blowing out toward left center field. Here's the first pitch to Cisneros. It's a called strike on the fastball. But the wind's currently blowing from the first base dugout out towards left field. Here in Los Angeles. The 0-1 pitch, and Cisneros sees it. Looks like an off-speed. Max taking a little something off of it. Away, 1-1. Garcia had the leadoff knock on the force out at second. The first out. Kirchner still remains at first base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This ball is up over the first base dugout, out of play. Bangs its way around. Pavilion to our right. It's where the clubhouse and other facilities are used here for MLB Academy. Not just baseball fields around here. Nice football stadium to our right. The Little League field as well behind the main field here, the MLB Academy. Frazier long look in this time for against Rogers. Time being called by our home plate umpire. Frazier re-engages on the hill. 2 gone. He struck out the last batter he faced and ahead in the count 1-2 against Cisneros. Here's the pitch, and Cisneros lifts it shallow in the right. Nolan Souza, the second baseman, drifts back into his left and makes the catch with ease. We head to the 7th. Santa Barbara on top 4-2 over the Barons.
Out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
I'm Eric Anand, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We head to the 7th from MLB Academy on the campus of Compton College. We'll have a new pitcher coming in, a southpaw entering the ball game for the Academy Barons. Kaena Kiakona now on the hill, the man who pitches for UCLA. He's going to face 9-1-2 due up in this inning. Bollinger or Markel Souza. Bollinger, who will lead things off. He's actually faced a different pitcher all 3 times he has stood in. In the first, he faced, I should say the first time he stood in, he had to pop up to short against the starter Mertens. In the 5th, the second time he stood, and he grounded back to the mound. That was Aaron Rosales. And now he'll face Kaena Kiakona. The new arm, the southpaw. It's going to be a lefty-lefty matchup here to kick off this 7th inning. Sturs on top 4-2, currently with 9 hits compared to just 1 for the Barons. First pitch, and that fastball's in there for a strike, 0-1. So Bollinger 0 for 2, trying to reach base after yesterday entering the top spot of the order. And had good production entering for Caden Peterson yesterday. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Bollinger fouls it to the left of home plate and out of play, and he is quickly down 0-2. The Sturs still in the top of the 7th. A lot of game left in this one, but ahead by 2 runs. Leadoff man Bollinger down in the count. The 0-2 pitch. Jack swinging a miss. The heater blazes straight past him, and Kiakona, first batter he faces, he strikes out, the reliever for the Barons. That's going to bring around the top of the order, and Drew Markle. Today for Drew, he's 0 for 2 with a walk. Ground out back to the mound, a walk in the 3rd, and struck out swinging in the 5th. That strikeout was against Rosales. Stands in, 1 away, base is clear. The Foresters on top 4-2 from the MLB Academy. First pitch, and Drew sees it high. The fastball missing from Kiakona. Ball 1. And for Markle, playing for Ole Miss, Texas native, always grew up going to games down in Ole Miss, Mississippi, even though he is from Texas. Pretty cool to see him playing at Ole Miss, where he used to go and watch games as a kid. Here's the 1-0, missing high, ball 2. Trying to get on base with 1 away. His team on top 4-2 on this Father's Day matchup between the Barons and the Sturs. They'll meet 2 more times this season, both be home games for the Foresters. Here's the 2-0, and Markle sees a breaking ball missing probably 3 feet in front of the plate for ball 3. On deck will be Nolan Souza. That's the 2nd spot in the order this afternoon for Bill Pintard. And Kiakona, who struck out the first man, falls behind 3-0 to Markle. Here's the pitch. And Drew sees a fastball well high, and that is ball 4. The 4-pitch, 1-out walk for Drew, and he reaches for the 2nd time today. 2nd walk of the day worked by Drew. It's going to bring up Souza. All in today, he's 1 for 3. A single, ground out to 2nd. Strikeout looking. And Markle, he's already got 2 stolen bases. He stole himself all the way to 3rd base in the 3rd inning. See if they send him here in this situation. First pitch, and Souza takes a fastball down the middle. Strike 1. Souza, another left-handed batter, 2nd one of this inning. 0-1, this lefty-lefty matchup. Markle, a little shimmy shake off first. And stepping off was Kiakona. Wouldn't be surprised to see Drew make a dash for it to 2nd. Now Souza calls time at the dish. Top of the 7th, 4-2 our score. Kiakona, the brand new pitcher, the southpaw, comes set. Here's the 0-1. Souza, he spits on it, misses down and away. On the slider from Kaena Kiakona, ball on a strike. Souza, man who plays for Arkansas, in his debut 2 games ago against the Slow Blues. Trying to work Markle around the bases with 1 away here. Here's the pitch, and the 1-1 missing down and away. Another slider from Kiakona missing down and away. 2-1. In the debut for Souza, picked up his first hit. It was a big hit in the 7th inning. It was an automatic double, bouncing its way over the outfield fences. Fantastic campaign at Arkansas this past year. Slow man at first. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that one misses errantly high, and Markle caught out between the bases. A rundown now between first and second, but he slides back into first safely. The catcher pump faked him at first. Markle was going to slide back to first. Thought he was going to be thrown out by the first baseman. I should say the first baseman receiving the throw from the catcher. As a result, he was caught between the bases. The shortstop ended up receiving the ball, but it looked like in the transfer was unable to get a handle on. And as a result, Markle, who was caught in the rundown, slides back in safely to first. He remains there. Count 3-1 to Souza. Big pitch here with 1 out. Here it is. Souza, a swing and a miss. Maybe a foul tip back in the glove, but strike 2 regardless. Markle dodges a bullet. He's always aggressive on the bases. Gets away with one there. But a big payoff pitch coming up now from Kiakona to Souza. Man from UCLA. The delivery, and Souza fouls it off that fastball. High in velocity. Up and out of play over the third base dugout for Nolan Souza. Sebring awaits on deck, having a fantastic day. If you bring up Jonah to the dish with 2 aboard, could be huge here for the Sturs, trying to put this game out of reach. Still only a 2-run game in the 7th. Here's a big 3-2 pitch. Souza sees ball 4, it skips in there to Andrew Pyle. 2 walks after the strikeout by Kaena Kiakona to put 2 aboard and bring up, say, the hottest batter last couple days for the Foresters. Sebring, the debut yesterday. He's 2 for 3 today. It was called for batter's interference in the first. He's also got 2 hits, and 2 of the 4 runs scored by the Foresters have been plated by Sebring. Actually, all 4 runs scored were Sebring and Rodriguez. It was actually nearly an identical situation, but 2 aboard with only 1 out in the top half of the 7th. Markle at second, Souza at first. Southpaw on the first pitch to Sebring. This is high on the fastball, ball 1. So Sebring led things off in the 4th and 6th innings. That's when Santa Barbara scored 2 runs each time for their 4-run total. Sebring had a single to lead off the inning twice, and Rodriguez drove him in twice. So both Johnny and Sebring scoring all 4 of those runs. Now Sebring trying to score some here in this inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that misses low. Kiakona, looks like he went to his slider, missing for ball 2. So the UCLA pitcher struck out Bollinger to start the inning, walked Markle, walked Souza. Can Sebring put something in play in this 4-2 game? Look back to second for Kiakona. 2-0 pitch. Sebring sees it high. Fastball missing away and up. Ball 3. Likely take all the way here for Sebring after walking the last 2 batters. On deck is Rodriguez. Southpaw comes set. Sebring bats from the right side. Well ahead. 3-0 pitch, and Jonah sees ball 4 missing high. Kiakona has walked the bases full, and Sebring will reach for the 3rd time today. Markle to 3rd. Souza now at 2nd. We'll have a visit to the mound for the coaching staff for the Barons. And now trying to put this game out of reach. It's a 4-2 game currently, but Rodriguez, who's 2 for 3 today. A grade A opportunity here from the MLB Academy. On this great day, sunny and 75 from Los Angeles. It was a little bit warmer yesterday when the Sturs were at home. Around 80, low 80s at the field and in the surrounding areas. Goleta, where UC Santa Barbara is located, a little bit south as well. Pushing 90 on the hottest days of the year so far up in Santa Barbara. Good weather will look to continue next week when the Foresters have a 4-game homestand all next week, Tuesday and then Thursday through Saturday. So be sure to come on out and support the Sturs. 2 games against the Conejo Oaks, Ventura Pirates, and the OC Riptide will be in town. The first matchup between them. But the base is loaded, one away, conference completed. Here's the first pitch now to Johnny Rodriguez. Rodriguez into center field, not well enough hit. It'll stay in the yard, moving over to his right, making the catch. The center fielder tagging up from third is Markle, and it will be a sacrifice fly for Rodriguez off the first pitch. And another run plated by the Foresters, 5-2 our score. And Johnny does his job. Now 2 gone here in the 7th. Sac fly for Johnny, and that is his 3rd RBI of the day, and all 3 of those RBIs by Rodriguez. Brought to you by Gold's Gym, with 3 locations in SB and Goleta, where the Foresters train to win. Gold's Gym. It's going to bring up Will Rogers. Runners now on the corners. Souza at third. At first is Sebring. 2 gone. Here's the first pitch. Rogers takes a ball in here from Kiakona, missing. Ball 1. Rogers steps back in. 0 for 3 today, serving as a catcher. He did reach on an error. Kiakona holds. Here's the pitch and the 1-0. It's in there for a strike. The fastball from Kiakona to even up the count 1-1. The Foresters had the bases loaded after working 3 walks against Kiakona. They have scored 1. Can they score a couple more with 2 outs here? 5-2 our score now. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Runner goes from first to second. Rogers pushes it foul down the first baseline. That is strike 2 for Will. And Rogers, the two-way man, can do it all. Jack of all trades, picked up the save in a very high leverage situation last night. Down to the wire in that shootout between the Sturs and the Saints. Foresters prevailing 12-11. He's down in the count here. Runners on the corners, 2 gone, 5-2 game. Top of the 7th. Here's 1-2 pitch, and Rogers jammed and is lined to the shortstop. Tair Rodriguez moves in and makes the catch. Rogers, right-handed batter, lines out to the shortstop Rodriguez for the 3rd out of the inning. It's stretch time from Compton. We go to the bottom half of the 7th. Sturs on top 5-2 over the Barons.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We go to the bottom of the 7th. Max Frazier, the southpaw, remains on the hill for the Santa Barbara Foresters. 9-1-2 due up for the Barons. Here's the first pitch, and that fastball misses high from Max. Ball 1. Raymond Jenkins leads things off, third time standing in for the 9-hole hitter. In the bottom of the 7th, it's a 5-2 game, Santa Barbara lead. 1-0 pitch. This one's popped up and out of play over the stands to the right of home plate. 1-1. Jenkins today had sacrifice fly into left. Also worked a walk. He came around actually to score when he worked a walk in the 5th, so responsible being a part of the 2 runs being scored today by the Barons. Here's the 1-1, and a breaking ball induces a swing, 1-2. Good delivery from Frazier. He's ahead, a ball and 2 strikes against the 9-hole hitter. Frazier coming set. Infield playing back towards the outfield grass. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Jenkins lifts it right side, and Drew Markle had to move forward and then moves back a fraction, but makes the catch. And a line out in right field for Raymond Jenkins. 1 up, 1 down for Frazier. And that's going to bring around the top of the order. Tair Rodriguez to bat for the 3rd time today. He's 0 for 1, pop up to short, and also worked a walk. Last time up, worked a walk in the 5th. First time facing Frazier, however. First pitch, and the breaking ball missing low to the right-handed batter. That is ball 1. And you look at the pitching here this afternoon for the Sturs. Cloud got the start going 2. Garrett Stratton came in relief and pitched 3. It's currently Frazier, the 1-0 pitch. Finds a strike zone, a fastball from Max, 1-1. Both Cloud and Stratton going to 5 innings, allowing no hits. They struck out 5 between them, the 1-1, and this ball is pushed in the right. Drew Markle moves in and back nearly a carbon copy of the last play. A little bit higher this time on the ball off the bat. Tair Rodriguez, he flies out into right for the 2nd out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Even though Cloud and Stratton did not allow any hits, 2 runs came around to score between them, 1 on Cloud, 1 on Stratton. 5 walks between Cloud and Stratton, also a hit batter in there, which allowed the Academy Barons to come around and plate 2 runs. Bases clear, 2 gone. Here's Zach Freeman. He takes a strike on the first pitch from Max Frazier, 0-1. Frazier moving quick on the hill. Here's the 0-1 quickly, and the breaking ball drops in the lower half of the zone for a strike, 0-2. Great pitch from Max. And we'll see in the next inning, likely not Frazier again. I'll have to wait and see. Pitched earlier in the week. The 0-2 pitch goes a bit of the heater and just misses a fraction low, 1-2. Other arms available, Jake Fields, Diego Ramos, Ty Zarodnik. Likely one of those 3 out of the pen. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and this ball is chopped over to second base. Souza was playing back, but scoops it up, moving to his right, and the throw to Rodriguez in time. It's a very clean 1-2-3 inning for Max Frazier and the Sturs. We head to the 8th. Santa Barbara on top 5-2. Patterson, Kennedy, Taman coming up next.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara Airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara Airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
We head to the 8th. And the Santa Barbara Foresters on the road currently lead 5-2. And we'll have a pinch hitter coming out for Patterson. It'll be TJ Pompey to hit for the first time. Patterson got the start at third, went 1 for 3 today. It's now Pompey to hit for him. Kennedy will fall, and then Ryan Taman scheduled to face a new arm, Maximus Berber, now in the right-handed pitcher for the Barons. 3-run game. Sturs have collected 9 hits today. And Berber, even with the plate, here's the first pitch. And the fastball, that is straight down the middle to Pompey, 0-1. Third arm out of the bullpen here this afternoon for the Barons. Mertens got the start, Rosales, Kiakona, and now Berber. Here's the 0-1, and Pompey sees a fastball this time away. That is ball 1. And for TJ, we saw him yesterday in the game in the shootout against the Saints. Has a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch, and TJ takes a strike low in the zone. Not happy with the call, 1-2. Pompey collected a hit in the first yesterday. A couple pop-ups in the infield later in the ball game. He's the leadoff man. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and TJ takes a ball high at the heater from Berber, just missing, 2-2. D. Kennedy awaits on deck, who's having a very nice day at the dish. And the leadoff man had a 2-2 count. In this 5-2 ball game, Sturs on top. The pitch, and Pompey sees an off-speed missing high, full count. Maximus Berber, the right-handed pitcher, plays for Whittier College. Against the leadoff batter, the 3-2 pitch, and Pompey swing and a miss. The fastball gets him, and he is down on strikes. 1 away in the top half of the 8th. And that's going to bring up D. Kennedy. Kennedy entering today, he's put together some very good plate appearances. Was unable to record a hit and unlucky in that situation earlier in the season. But today he is 2 for 3 and driven in 2 runs as well. Great stuff from D. Batting in the 7th spot. Here's the first pitch, and D pops it up right side. Maybe a chance for the first baseman, foul ground, Kirchner. But it drifts out of play. That is strike number 1. And for D. Kennedy, man who plays from Texas, hails from Fort Worth. Massive impact for the Longhorns program this season. Sees an 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Down in the dirt on a breaking ball. 1-1. For D, completing his freshman campaign at Presswood Christian High School from Fort Worth. 52 games he played in and 40 starts as a freshman for Texas. 1 away, and the base is clear. Here's a 1-1 pitch, and this one is lined in the left. It's going deep in left. Jenkins trying to get there, and that ball is off the scoreboard. The home run for D. Kennedy. See you later. And Kennedy has his 3rd hit of the day, and the Sturs now lead 6-2 over the Barons. Kennedy, what a day. A hit, a double, and now a homer for D. Kennedy. And he has driven in 3 of the 6 runs here this afternoon. And this will bring up the big man, Ryan Taman, serving as the DH. Here's the first pitch, and it misses away, ball 1. So Kennedy makes a 4-run game here in the 8th. Moving quickly, the pitcher sends in the 1-0 pitch quickly, and Taman fouls off himself down the first baseline. It trickles, but off his leg for strike number 1. Taman today, he is 0 for 3. A fly out in the center, a strikeout swinging, and a ground out to short. Now the 6-2 ball game. Berber, the 1-1 pitch, and Taman fouls it up over the first base dugout. That is strike number 2. So the Foresters, they've been in the last inning and here in this inning, They trailed early in this ball game, but racking up some insurance runs. The 1-2 pitch, and Taman sees a slider down and away, 2-2, pardon me. The Barons struck first, putting up a run in the second. The Foresters took the lead in the second inning. It was tied up through 5. And then since the fifth inning, they've put together 4 consecutive runs. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and this ball tap foul behind home plate. And Berber went to the off speed again, but Taman does well to stay alive, 2-2. Bottom half of the 8th inning, it's going to be the heart of the order coming up for the Barons. Lena, Pyle, and Garcia. But the 2-2 pitch, and Taman sees a breaking ball called strike 3, and Berber has his second strikeout. Taman goes down looking. And that's going to bring up Jack Bollinger. 9-hole hitter for the Sturs this afternoon. 2 gone, bases clear. The D. Kennedy homer sandwiched around 2 strikeouts by Maximus Berber. Here's the first pitch to the left-handed batter Bollinger, and the fastball misses high from the right-handed pitcher from Whittier. Maximus Berber, ball and no strikes with 2 gone here in the 8th. 6-2 our score, top half of the 8th inning. The 1-0 pitch, and Bollinger swinging a miss, the fastball low by Berber to even up the count 1-1. And the winds, they've been swirling around this complex all day. And you see the big American flag blowing pole to pole currently. It's a nice day. The 1-1 pitch, and Bollinger slices it foul off the third base dugout. 1-2. Currently, the wind's even shifting a little bit more now, kind of blowing towards the third base dugout from the right field foul pole. 2 gone. Here's 1-2 pitch, and Bollinger lifts it in the left, shallow left. Jenkins moves in and slides over to his right, but makes the catch. Bollinger, he has a fly out in the left field, but D. Kennedy here in the 8th. A solo shot tacks on an extra run for the Sturs. Bottom half of the 8th we come. Santa Barbara on top 6-2 over the Academy Barons.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We head to the bottom of the 8th, 6-2 our score. The road team, Santa Barbara on top of the Academy Barons. Dylan Lena, Andrew Pyle, Aiden Garcia due up in this inning. And with TJ Pompey pinch hitting for Patterson, he now comes in to play defense at third for Bill Pintard. Max Frazier remains on the hill for the Santa Barbara Foresters. And the wind's picking up a little bit more. The heaviest they've been all day, blowing out towards the outfield. First pitch, and Dylan Lena goes through the zone. Half-hearted swing on the fastball. 0-1. Lena today is 0 for 2 with a walk. Hit a fly on the left and ground out to second. The 0-1 pitch, and the off-speed missing just a fraction away from Max. To even up the count, 1-1 for the second baseman. Bats from the right side. It's a 6-2 game. Only a single hit so far in the game for the Barons. 1-1 pitch. And this is a swing and a miss. The heater. Max goes back to it. Ball and 2 strikes. Andrew Pyle, the catcher, to follow. Dylan Lena. Frazier working from the third base side of the rubber. 1-2 pitch. And this ball's lifted to center field. Jonas Sebring moves in just a fraction of a step and makes the catch. No problem at all. And Dylan Lena is retired. The fly out into center field. when you look at what Max Frazier has done, he entered in the 6th inning, gave up a lead-off single to Garcia, who he will face in this inning. Kirchner reached on a fielder's choice, but the next 6 all retired in order for Max. This is going to bring up Andrew Pyle. Base is clear. 1 away. First pitch. And the fastball missing high. That is ball 1. Bottom of the 8th. 6-2 our score. Santa Barbara looking to move to 5-2 in CCL play. The victory here this afternoon, the 1-0, and another fastball missing high, 2-0. Pyle today struck out looking twice, once against Cloud, once against Stratton, and a fly out into center field. First time he's facing Max here this afternoon. And the southpaw winds up the 2-0 pitch, and this ball is pulled foul. Now to play off the bat of the right-handed hitter, Andrew Pyle. Going to the 9th inning, the Foresters are going to have the top of the order coming up. With 1 away and the base is clear, Pyle at a 2-1 count. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and that's a breaking ball missing a fraction high, ball 3. In terms of pitching for Santa Barbara, we might see Diego Ramos late in this one. With Frazier back out for his 3rd inning, here's a 3-1 pitch, lifted right side. The first baseman moves back Rodriguez, and foul ground. Does he have a play at it? He does, and does make the catch between the fencing and the right field chalk line, halfway between it, about halfway down that right field line for the 2nd out. Johnny Rodriguez makes the catch, the first baseman, for the 2nd out in the 8th inning. So the pop up to first, that's going to bring up the DH Garcia. Garcia was actually the first batter that Max Frazier Max Frazier faced to start his outing back in the 6th inning. Here's the first pitch. Garcia sends it and rolls it foul past the first base dugout. That is strike number 1. Garcia today, pop up to short, ground out to 2nd, and a base hit in the 6th, the lone hit of the day coming off the bat of the DH. 2 gone, base is clear. The 0-1 pitch, and the left-handed batter slices it over the 3rd base dugout. Now to play for strike 2. And for the Barons, they struck fast and struck early in yesterday's ball game against the Conejo Oaks. Ended up conceding 7 runs late. Here, they have been stagnated in terms of offense by some good pitching and defensive work by the Foresters. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that ball bounces to Will Rogers. Breaking ball missing, ball 1. But 2 gone. Frazier retired the first 2 he has faced here in the 8th. And retired the last 7 he has faced. Winds up the 1-2 pitch. On its way, and Garcia sees a fastball down and away near the knees, 2-2. Sturs, rest day tomorrow. Faced consecutive games against the Conejo Oaks next week, Tuesday and Thursday. But here's the 2-2 pitch, and Garcia spits on it. Breaking ball missing low, full count. Frazier doesn't want to lose Garcia and face Andrew Kirchner. Head to the 9th inning, full command. Don't want to give up a late walk. 2 gone, base is clear. Here is the 3-2 pitch, and Garcia chops it foul in front of the first base dugout. We'll do it again. And the walks were the early part and the early story of this ball game. Jackson Cloud, the starting pitcher who went 2, gave up 3, also hit a batter, and Garrett Stratton walked 2 as well. He struck out 3, but the walks are a result of the 2 runs on the scoreboard for the Barons. Here's a payoff pitch, and that is ball 4, the fastball missing in, and that is the first walk since the 5th inning given up by Santa Barbara pitching. The 2-out walk for Aiden Garcia. And again, the first hit in this ball game for the Barons came in the 6th inning. They scored their runs in the 2nd and 5th, getting on base via walks. Both of those runs that came around to score were leadoff walks. And this walk given up by Max Frazier with 2 out. It's going to bring up Andrew Kirchner. Here's the first pitch, left-handed batter. He takes a strike on a breaking ball. Lefty-lefty matchup. This clear sky, red-tailed hawk circling above the outfield. Actually, just beyond the outfield fences. Beyond left field. Pretty cool to see. The 0-1. Yeah, it misses low. On the changeup from Frazier, 1-1. Also in the distance, some air traffic taking off Heading north here from Los Angeles. Here's 1-1 pitch, and the breaking ball missing in. That is ball 2. So Aiden Garcia worked a walk. He's at first base with 2 out. And Frazier, kind of similar to Garrett Stratton, hunches over and looks into Will Rogers, except on the other side. Of course, he's a left-handed pitcher. Here's the 2-1, and that ball misses low on the fastball from Max, 3-1. Want to be careful here. He was rolling. Tired 7 straight. 2 quick outs in this bottom of the 8th inning. On deck is Colin Taylor. Man at first, 2 gone. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Kirchner takes a strike on the fastball, full count. Kirchner today worked a walk and did score the first run of the day for the Barons. Struck out, grounded into a fielder's choice. Garcia is going to have a head start at first. Payoff pitch, and this is a swing and a miss. The breaking ball from Frazier got Kirchner. And Frazier has to face 4 in the 8th inning. We are headed to the 9th from Los Angeles. Marco Souza Sebring coming up. Santa Barbara on top 6-2.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara Airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara Airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
We head to the 9th from the MLB Academy in Compton, California. Marco Souza Sebring coming up for the Stars. It is a 6-2 ball game, and we will have another pitch and change for the Barons. Robbie Knowles will now enter, the right-hander from Liberty University. It will face the top of the order. A lot of walks drawn by the boys at the top. Of course, Sebring having a fantastic day again. But between the 3 hitters scheduled, 4 walks they have worked today, along with 3 knocks. Here comes Drew, 0 for 2. 2 walks and a run scored in the 7th. It was a tied game going into the 6th inning for Santa Barbara. Put up 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and 1 in the 8th. In the 8th, it was a solo shot by D. Kennedy to add some more insurance runs in this 4-run ball game. So in stands the right-handed batter Drew Markle against the brand-new pitcher Robbie Knowles. And Knowles favoring the first base side of the pitcher's mound. Coming set. And the first pitch now to Drew Markle. Big leg kick from the man on the hill. First pitch, fastball missing high, ball 1. Santa Barbara looking toward the bottom half of this inning. 3 outs away from another victory and move to 5-2 in CCL play. But still a chance here. Get a few more runs with Markle leading things off. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Drew sees a fastball, this time down the middle, located by Robbie Knowles. 1-1. Still very nice weather here. 70s. Winds have picked up a little bit, expecting gusts around 13 miles an hour. You'd likely say that's where the gusts have been throughout the day. Here's the 1-1. Markle pops it up and over to the stands to the right of home plate. That is strike number 2. So Nolan Souza awaits on deck for the Foresters. 9 hits so far for the Sturs. Markle down the count. Robbie Knowles coming set. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Markle. And Drew pushes it the other way in the right field, looking to get there Cisneros, but that ball will fall. Markle looking to get to second base, scooped up by the right fielder, and Markle all the way to second. That is a lead-off double for the Sturs. They're looking for more here late. Markle, that ball was cutting off his bat. Also was fighting the wind. It was a tough play for Cisneros, but that ball falls with ease in front of the right fielder. Markle to second base, showcasing that speed of his. His first hit of the ball game is going to bring up Nolan Souza. Bats from the left side. Nolan today, he's got a hit in the first, ground out to second, a strikeout, and a walk. Markle has already scored a run. That was in the 7th. In the 6-2 ball game. First pitch, and Souza sees it high, and away, ball 1. Jonas Sebring will be on deck for the Foresters. Looking into his catcher, Robbie Knowles. The 4th man out of the bullpen this afternoon for the Barons. The 1-0 pitch, Markle still at second, and the fastball missing high and away. That is ball 2. Nathan Mertens, who got the start for the Barons, had a very nice performance. Ended up going 4 innings. Was relieved in the 5th. Drew Markle at second. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and Nolan Souza, he takes a strike on the inner half of the plate to move the count to 2-1. The Santa Barbara Foresters looking for a couple more here in the 9th. Robbie Knowles looking into his catcher pile. A lot of different arms being used today for the Barons. The 2-1 pitch, and that bounces and gets away from the catcher. To third base goes Drew Markle, and Markle even looked down to home. But that ball took a heavy, nasty deflection off the catcher pile, and as a result of the errant pitch, Drew Markle to third base with no outs here in the top half of the 9th. On this Father's Day matchup between the Barons and the Foresters. Santa Barbara, last 2 games, offensive barrage, pushing in over 20 runs. Done well here this afternoon, now with 11 hits. A couple extra bases as well. Here's the 3-1, and Souza fouls it behind home plate, just to the left of home plate for strike number 2. Full count. Sebring, he stands on deck. Foresters looking to score. Markle close out this ball game in style. So have to face the bottom half of the order in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the payoff pitch, and Souza swing and a miss. The foul tip back in the glove of Pyle, and Souza strikes out the heater. Got him from Robbie Knowles. 1 away in the top of the 9th. That's going to bring up Jonas Sebring. And for Sebring, called for batter's interference in the first. 2 knocks here this afternoon in the 4th and 6th inning. Came around to score both times he got on base, and a walk in the 7th as well. Looking to score Drew Markle. He's at third base. Had the leadoff double. And Jonas Sebring, part of that UC Santa Barbara team that hosted an NCAA regional just a few weeks ago. First pitch, and the fastball misses into the right-handed batter. Ball 1. And for UC Santa Barbara, just up this 101 from where we play at Santa Barbara High School. It's a big thing for that baseball program hosting that regional for the first time on their campus. They've hosted other regionals, but not at UC Santa Barbara proper. Markle at third. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Sebring, he takes a strike, like the strike call on the fastball from Knowles, even up the count with 1-1. And Drew still hanging out down that third baseline. Colin Taylor No interest in him, the third baseman. Here's 1-1 pitch. Sebring, he takes, misses high. A little off speed from Knowles. Ball 2. To follow Jonah, it's going to be Johnny Rodriguez. Another man representing the Big West Conference here on the Santa Barbara Foresters team. Robbie Knowles comes set. Here's the 2-1, and Sebring sees ball 3 missing low on the heater. 3 balls and a strike. Can Sebring reach base for the 4th time today? Been a machine ever since his debut yesterday. Knowles coming set on the hill. Let's not forget about Markle at third. 1 away, 3-1 pitch, and that is ball 4 missing high. And Jonas Sebring takes the fastball up and in. Base on balls for the 2nd time this ball game. 2 walks, 2 hits, and 2 runs scored this afternoon for Jonas Sebring. Runners on the corners. Now a visit out to the mound for the coaching staff for the Academy Barons. But at this time for Santa Barbara, looking forward, tomorrow an off day, likely practice tomorrow. Bill Pintard likes to use those off days sometimes early in the season to use them as a practice day. But the Conejo Oaks in town on Tuesday and also Thursday, both those games, 4:30 first pitch. And Friday and Saturday also at home. A 4-game homestand to begin. It's one of 2, I should say, 4-game homestands throughout this year. The Conejo Oaks, we had a good battle with them. Cal Lutheran, not so long ago. That was last Wednesday. Playing Conejo, the campus of Cal Lutheran. That's going to bring up Johnny Rodriguez. Runners on the corners. Markle's at third. Sebring worked the 1-out walk. He is at first. Johnny today has driven in 3 runs. Bats from the left side. Here's a first pitch, and Rodriguez takes a strike away, 1-0. 3 times that he drove in a run, he had an RBI double, RBI single, and a sacrifice fly into center field. Drove in those runs in the 4th, 6th, and 7th innings for Bill Pintard and the Foresters. 1 away, the 1-0 pitch, missing high from Robbie Knowles, ball 2. Will Rogers will follow here with 1 away and runners on the corners. Markle had that leadoff double, still at third base. Right-handed pitcher Robbie Knowles looks in, stretches up, extending that glove in his hand high. Here's a 2-0, and this one is grounded right side. This is one at first base on the ground out and over to second to turn 2. Applying the tag to Jonas Sebring. That ball was hit like a rocket down the first baseline, picked up by Andrew Kirchner. Just had to touch his left foot on first base, and a throw over to the second baseman, applying the tag, and to retire Jonas Sebring on the force out at second. And that's how the top of the 9th comes to a close. Markle had the leadoff double, but stranded at third. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Bottom of the order coming up, Taylor, Cisneros, Jenkins. Foresters on top, 7-2.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the bookstore. Hi, this is Foresters Hall of Fame member Jim Buckley. When I'm not telling you who's batting for the Sturs, I write books for kids. Visit Chaucer's Books on Upper State Street and ask for my new graphic novel biography of Amelia Earhart or any of the great books I've written in the Who Was biography series. Titles include Muhammad Ali, the Wright Brothers, Blackbeard the Pirate, Roberto Clemente, and many more. Thanks for your support of reading for kids and the Foresters.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara Airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara Airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
We head to the bottom of the ninth, and Drew Markle ended up coming around to score on the time play after the line out from Rodriguez at first. Markle was coming around to score before the tag being applied to Sebring at second, so it's 7-2. Our score going to the bottom of the ninth, and Max Frazier remains in this ball game for his fourth inning. He's going to face the bottom of the order. First pitch, it misses high, ball one. So Frazier, only the second man out of the bullpen here this afternoon. Cloud got the start. Garrett Stratton going 3 innings in relief, and now Frazier. Colin Taylor leading things off the 1-0 pitch, and a fastball missing low from Frazier to Colin Taylor. Frazier has been very good in his outing. Gave up a hit to start, and that's been the lone hit, a leadoff single in the 6th inning that has been plated, I should say put into play by the Barons this afternoon. Leadoff batter, Colin Taylor ahead 2-0, and here comes the pitch, and it misses low from Max, ball 3. Andy Cisneros to follow along with Raymond Jenkins in this 7-2 ball game. Markle does indeed come around to score in the top half of this inning. Here is the 3-0 pitch, and Colin Taylor takes a strike down the middle. Fastball from Frazier, 3-1. There were some options in the bullpen to send out there to start off this 9th inning. They go with Frazier for his 4th inning. Here comes a 3-1 pitch on its way. Colin Taylor sees a fastball missing high. That is ball 4. And when you look at what Max Frazier has done here today, through 3 innings and now into the 4th, he's only allowed 2 walks to give up a hit. The man reached base when he grounded into a fielder's choice, but besides that, everyone else he has sat down. Very good in relief this afternoon from the left-handed reliever Frazier. Here's Andy Cisneros after the leadoff walk to Colin Taylor. It's a 5-run ball game, bottom of the 9th. First pitch, and it misses low. Good pick from Rogers. It was in the opposite batter's box on the breaking ball, missing. Ball and no strikes. Cisneros today 0 for 3, pair of Ks, pop up to second. The 1-0 pitch, and Cisneros sees a fastball low in the zone. It's called a strike. Rogers then trots out to have a word with Frazier on the hill. Ball and a strike. Colin Taylor chatting things over with Johnny Rodriguez at first. 3 outs away from the 5th victory of the season for the Sturs. In terms of offense, what they've done in the last 2 games, checking the box of keeping it moving, 11 hits in this game. Conference completed, and the southpaw delivers a 1-1 pitch, and this ball is fouled back and back into play. Took a hard deflection off a pole. Strike 2. 1-2 for Cisneros. Raymond Jenkins awaits on deck for the Barons. Colin Taylor still at first base after Frazier giving up the leadoff walk. He's ahead in the count. 1-2 pitch. Cisneros swinging and a miss. The changeup out in front of it was Cisneros, and that is another strikeout for Max Frazier, his 3rd of the day. 1 away in the bottom of the 9th. And that's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Raymond Jenkins. Jenkins today, sacrifice fly, scored a run with a walk and a line out into right. Responsible for the 2 runs on the scoreboard. Frazier comes set. First pitch. Jenkins fouls it back into the backstop behind home plate. Strike 1. Colin Taylor worked the leadoff walk. And the Sturs just 2 outs away here in the bottom of the 9th. From the MLB Academy, very nice complex here. Los Angeles, the 0-1 pitch. This ball's grounded over too short. This might be 2. There's 1 at second base, over to first, but unable to get the throw off with Souza. Souza, and transferring that ball from his glove to his hand, lost the handle on it. Kennedy on the toss to Souza. Get the force out. Colin Taylor down at second for the 2nd out. As a result, Raymond Jenkins reaches on the fielder's choice. And likely, if that was a clean transfer for Souza, would have been game-ending double play. But down to their final out for the Barons, Tair Rodriguez stands in. And Max Frazier looks to complete his 4th inning. First pitch, off speed, missing high for ball 1. For the Academy Barons, look like they'll slip underneath 500. They're 4-4 currently. A couple more games played than the Sturs. Lost yesterday against the Oaks, giving up late runs, but couldn't keep pace with the Forsters today. A check back to first base. And Raymond Jenkins, who slides back in, heads first. And Tair Rodriguez entered for Evan Cornwell in the first inning defensively. Has been in there ever since. Down their final out, 1-0 pitch. And that ball will get past Will Rogers. It'll be a pass ball. It's a fastball in to the right-handed batter, Tair Rodriguez. And advancing to second is Raymond Jenkins on the pass ball. It's ball 2 for Tair Rodriguez. 0 for 2 with a walk this afternoon. It's a 5-run game. Forsters just need one more out. Here's a 2-0 pitch. And Frazier does not get the call. Looks like his changeup missing high for ball 3. On deck is Zach Freeman. Frazier looking in to Rogers. Finds the pitch he likes. The 3-0. And this one finds the upper half of the zone. Fastball for Max. Strike number 1. 3-1 the count. 2 gone, still a man at second. No concern for the Sturs. A 3-1 pitch, and this breaking ball misses away. Ball 4. Second walk given up by Frazier here in the bottom of the 9th. Barons still have life, and that's going to bring up Zach Freeman. And Freeman, who bats out of the second spot to this point, only reached base when he grounded into a fielder's choice. The most lethal bat in the lineup for the Barons. Pair of pop-ups, I should say pop-up and a pair of groundouts along with that fielder's choice. Here's the first pitch to Freeman. Bats from the left side, slices off the first pitch over the third base dugout for strike number 1. And the Sturs will face the Academy Barons later in July. There are Sunday matchups on the 7th and the 21st. That'll actually be the last game of the regular season for the Sturs against the Academy Barons. The 0-1 pitch misses away for ball 1. The Sturs just need one more out to secure the victory. And at second, Raymond Jenkins. Man at first, Tair Rodriguez. Frazier, only the 3rd pitcher to be used today, looks to complete 4 innings. Solid work. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball. Drops in there nicely, 1-2. And the Academy Barons down to their final strike here in Compton, California. Frazier punches over and looks into Will Rogers. That left hand hanging down, very similar to Stratton. Just a mirrored image. 2 gone, 2 aboard. 1-2 pitch, and Freeman stays alive and keeps the Barons alive. One more pitch longer here in Los Angeles. This lefty-lefty matchup, Zach Freeman facing Max for the 2nd time this afternoon. Grounded out the second, first time up for the center fielder for the Barons. Down to their final strike, the 1-2 pitch, and this ball is lifted into center. Going back there is Jonas Sebring, and is able to make the catch, and that is our ball game. Solid win here this afternoon for the Sturs, 7-2 our score. And the Forsters will head to an off day, and then we'll begin a 4-game homestand all next week. So be sure to come on out and support the Sturs. The Conejo Oaks, Ventura Pirates, and OC Riptide will be in town. Final score from the MLB Academy in Compton, California, 7-2. Forsters take it. The Sturs have 11 hits, 1 hit for the Barons, and both teams with a single error. So for all the crew behind the scenes here from Compton, I am Hunter Shoemake saying so long. We'll see you next week when the Sturs begin their homestand. We'll see you then.